All right, welcome everybody. This is Lorette, and this is the Learning Tube. I'm so glad that you guys have joined us on this special training that we have today. Now, we have a special guest with us, and her name is Lisa. We've actually known Lisa for many, many years. She's been to some of the same events that we go to. She's, friends with all our friends in the different industries, and she's very highly regarded for her knowledge. She has been able to really scale her agency in a way that is remarkable. Not only has she done it very fast, but she's done it coming from basically from scratch, figuring out how to do it. And along the way has discovered 3 secrets that have helped her grow a $3+ million agency. She is one of the most organized, one of the most on top of things, just brilliant, smart. I love meeting with her and talking with her because I learned so much from her. She has so much knowledge. She has a great background, great information to share with you. And I'm really excited that she has carved out some time in her schedule to share her secrets with you. So Lisa, are you there?
I am. Thank you, Lorette. What an amazing introduction. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. So are you guys excited? Say hi to Lisa. Just put a hi, Lisa, in the chat box if you guys are ready. Welcome, Lisa. Everything. Welcome. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Well, and Lisa, where are you joining us from? I don't remember. Where do you live?
I'm in North Texas, so in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
All right, North Texas. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn over the presenter mode to you. We got a lot of people saying, hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi, boss lady. All right. So you now
Awesome.
have presenter access, and I'm excited for you to share all your knowledge with us.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I also like to share my screen with you guys, share my face, because I like you guys to see me and know that I'm authentic and that kind of stuff. So I will turn that off in a second, but just to get started, I did want you to see that I'm here live and all that goodness. So what an amazing
real person.
Yeah, I'm a real person.
And you're down to earth.
Yeah, my fabulous.
One of the things I love about Lisa, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but one of the things I love about Lisa is that she's so down to earth. Like when I talk to her, I feel like I'm just talking to my friend. Like there's no like she's not, even though she has this huge $3 million agency, she's a regular person. Like she's a regular person. So you'll be able to get that and be able to relate with her during this presentation. So go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So Lorette, I appreciate it. I met Alicia way back and then eventually met Lorette as well. And they're some of the most amazing people I know. So this is one honor for me to come on here and really talk to, their audience, because they have helped me so much with my business, and, they have been personal coaches to me, and I just adore them. So you guys are following some of the best ladies out there. And so congrats on finding them. But today we are going to talk about how to scale your business without working the crazy hours you end up doing when you actually create an agency, and without hiring a bunch of people if you don't want to. And I'm going to share with you 3 secrets that I have figured out that to me are the 3 key secrets to running an agency and being able to scale it. And I have been able to scale mine to over $3 million, which I could have never dreamed of. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off my camera for now, just so you guys can focus on the screen. And so if you guys will give me about an hour or so to share these secrets with you, I think they will actually change your life. So I'm going to start with a little bit of belief, and something I truly believe in is full disclosure. I like to train. I'm definitely going to make you an offer at the end and tell you about an amazing program we have. But if you choose not to participate, this will not be wasted time. This is not one of those webinars where you sit and you listen and you go, man, if I don't buy that, I got nothing out of this. That's not going to be today. We're going to teach you a ton of stuff and really help you with your agency. So the first thing is belief, right? Believing in yourself. And the quote I love so much really is on the right-hand side. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Thomas Edison. But what's insane about Thomas Edison, if you don't know this, he was told that his electric light bulb would be a complete failure, which is crazy to me. However, it took him over 1,000 tries, literally over 1,000 tries for him to actually invent the light bulb. I don't know about you guys. I think I might have given up way before that. I think I don't know if I would have got past 200 or 300 or something like that. So, you know, keep that in mind, you know, when you think you want to give up. Imagine, right? How many of you guys would have, you know, throw it in the chat. I'm very interactive. I am watching the questions area, so throw it in there. How many of you guys would have tried something 1,000 times, literally 1,000 times? I mean, that's crazy to think, right? Yeah, I don't think I would have. And in fact, he was actually told that he wouldn't succeed, and yet he did. And I, for one, am very thankful. So the first thing, and this is a bonus secret, right? This is bonus secret, you know, number 4. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, right, nobody else will. And in you know, the question's probably not, no way, probably not. Crazy, right? It's not likely that I would have kept going. That's a tough one. I don't think I would have. Look, I know I wouldn't have. I definitely, and I'm gonna actually, I don't know why I feel like doing this, but if you guys don't mind, I don't mind. I'm gonna turn my camera back on because I want you guys to kind of see, you know, my expressions and things like that. So if you can see me, great. If you can't, that's okay too. But that's just insane to me that somebody would try 1,000 times. But here's something that really resonated with me, and that's a picture of me rocking the tie-dyes back in the 1970s. Back then, I was told, literally told, I would never be a millionaire. That's what I was told. That's how I was raised. I was brought up to believe that it was impossible. You know, that was not my lot in life. That's not where I came from. That was for the Harvard people and the rich people. That wasn't for me. Any of you guys told anything similar? Were you guys told similar stuff when you were growing up? Yeah, I held that very false belief. And when I say very false belief, you know, and we're getting yes, 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 I would never amount to anything. Yeah, isn't that crazy, guys, that we know that our family wants the best for us, and somehow they feel like they're doing us a favor by setting realistic expectations or goals or what have you. And that's just insane, right? We have to believe that something is possible, and that's half the battle. And so I didn't believe because I was told I couldn't. My favorite comment, you need to marry a millionaire. Yeah, right? That's the way, yeah. So just a ton of people, you know, responding that, yes, they too had the same issue. Well, I held that very false belief until I was in my 30s, right? So what happened in my 30s? Let me show you. All right. In my 30s, that's when I came across a book. And that book, in an instant, changed that false belief for me. It's called The Millionaire Next Door. And if you do not know about this book, you need to go find this book. It's a lot of statistics and a lot of data, and it's not super exciting. But here's what it teaches. It taught me that people just like me had become millionaires. So what am I talking about? Well, let's see. First generation, self-made. My family were immigrants. On one side of my family, I'm first generation American, you know, things like that. So it taught me those types of people could be millionaires. It taught me that people who never went to college could be a millionaire. In fact, many of the people they talk about in the book were only C average students. Well, that's amazing because I was a D average student, not because I wasn't smart, because I just wasn't interested. And so that book helped me see I could be a millionaire. And I don't know about you guys, anyone read that book? Anyone read that book? You want to throw it up in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, a lot of people have read it. A lot of people have seen it. Okay. Let me see. I am struggling here a second. I can't find. My mouse is not working. Just give me 2 seconds, and I apologize. I'm having an operator error here. Nothing, there we go. All right, so I'm struggling seeing the chat and being able to, let's see. Yes. Okay, perfect. A lot of you guys have, read the book. Somebody else says, Go Giver is good. A lot of people said, no, not yet. A lot of people have. Well, it's an amazing book, and I highly recommend, you guys actually find this book, okay? It's amazing. Now, what ended up happening for me is it made me believe, because others just like me did it, all of a sudden I started believing I could do that. I was told I couldn't. Now I believed I could. And it was the first time ever that I believed I could be a millionaire and that I could do it. And you can too. I need you to believe that, because that's important. And if being a millionaire is not your goal, whatever your goal is, believe you can do it. And Robert Kiyosaki said, if you want to be financially free, you need to become a different person than you are today and let go of whatever has held you back in the past. And that's the key here, guys. You're going to see in a minute, one of my secrets really comes down to the fact that I believed all the hype everyone else told me, and I didn't believe in me, and I didn't do the right things accordingly. And around the same time, I also learned that working for a living would never work. So I read another book, don't know if you guys have ever seen it, called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, same thing. It just had a big light bulb go off, right? And Robert talks about that big business actually, and the rich, they don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to learn what they know. They want us to fail, because there's no benefit to them for us succeeding. In fact, it takes away their work pool. It takes away their labor pool. It makes them less rich, right? There's only so much wealth in the world, and if they don't control it and we start figuring it out, they don't, and I'm not talking about a big conspiracy theory. It's just something that people know. You cannot work for a living and ever become rich. Those two things will never happen, right? It's a very rare thing. So another quote from Robert: the richest people in the world build networks. Everyone else is trained to look for work. Truer words could not be spoken. And yeah, in the comments, yes, I'm reading it right now. Great book. Yeah, I mean, just really good quality information in the book. So, take a listen. But again, these were things that influenced my beliefs. Now, here's the spoiler alert, guys. I always love this spoiler alert. I always say that because it's fun. I would not be a millionaire until 14 years later, okay? 14 years later is when I actually became a millionaire. Just knowing these things, reading those books, having those beliefs was not enough to get me there, right? I didn't have a vehicle for success, like you're going to learn today. I mean, we actually have figured some stuff out. We have a vehicle for, for success that I now employ, and I could probably have everything taken away today and be able to do it all again, in a year's time. I ended up having to figure everything out myself because I didn't have anything. Now, I created a program in 2018, and it was based on what I'm talking about today. And we had some people join and had really, really great success, right? And one of those people, I'm showing is Terry Power. He joined the program, and I taught him some of the methods you're learning today, like the stuff you're learning today. And he was able to 2x his business. So I'm not talking about, hey, you have to come and I mean, the stuff you're learning today was the stuff he was learning, and he was able to 2x his business. And Terry came back in 2020, and he went through our new program, and he did it again. He 2x'd his business again. And Terry is just like you. And we have many more people, just some of these things. But I swear to you, belief is probably the number one thing you're going to learn today. You have to believe it's possible. Without that belief, you're going to sabotage your own efforts. So, and I am trying to keep track here of the chat, make sure I have everyone's comments, and I'll keep doing that. Okay, so my goal today is twofold, okay? Beginners, I want to help you avoid the mistakes I made so you can really have better success, do it faster, do it easier. Now, if you're an established business owner, you're doing pretty good, but you're struggling, I want you to know it's not your fault if you're struggling, okay? We have been trained to fail. Let me repeat that. We have been trained to fail. The educational system trains us to go out and get jobs, trains us to be okay with our lot in life, okay? That stops today. Don't be okay with that. You can have more. You can have time freedom. You can have money freedom. You can have whatever you want, okay? I want you to believe that success is possible. And I know I sound, like Tony Robbins right now, but seriously, it's a huge deal. You have to believe that success is possible. So let's talk about Tony Robbins, the power of commitment, right? If you want to take the island, then burn your boats. Let me repeat that. If you want to take the island, then burn your boats, right? That was a quote by Tony Robbins. And what he meant was, hey, if you're at war and you want to go and you want to take the island and you want to have it, you cannot have the ability to turn around and go back, or it won't happen, right? When things get hard, if the boat's sitting out there, you're going to jump in the boat and go back, and you have to start all over again. If you burn the boat and you have no recourse except to move forward, you're either going to take the island or die. By burning those boats, you have no choice, right? And that's what he meant. But the reason he says that is because when you have that type of absolute commitment, that's when you get the insights, the ahas, the reasons that help you to succeed and make you successful. So that's important to know. Okay. Something else I want you to think about, okay? Making a commitment to yourself. Now, I know this is going to sound, kind of crazy to do, but if you're sitting where you can, if you're sitting alone, if you're not, like if you're at Starbucks, don't do this, please. But if you're sitting in a place you can, I want you to say these words out loud. Affirmation. I commit that as soon as I know that these 3 secrets are the key I need to scale my business, I'm going to go all in. Like, say these words. I commit, say them out loud. I commit that as soon as I know that these 3 secrets are the key I need to scale my business, I will go all in. If you make that kind of commitment to yourself, who cares about everyone else, right? They're not living your life. They're not in your world. I don't care if they're your family, your friends, husbands, wives. You need to commit, and you can't use any other excuse. You have to commit, and that's big, okay? Let me show you what going all in looks like in case you don't know. Going all in looks a little like this. This is Christmas lights when you're not all in. So Christmas just passed. If you happen to celebrate, or if you're around anyone who actually likes to celebrate, to me, this is not all in. All in looks just like this, okay? And it's just a funny way to say, look, if you're going to do something, go all in. Like, literally burn your boats, okay? Now, remember, this is a bonus secret. This is a bonus secret. Secret number 4, as I like to call it, belief and commitment. All right, so in case you don't know me, I'm just going to quickly introduce myself. My name is Lisa Parziale. I own a digital marketing agency in North Texas, okay? I'm an author, speaker, coach, mentor, and I own 3 businesses. And I call myself the CXO, which we're going to talk about in a little while. I always like to joke about this because my friends see me a certain way, right? I'm that funny, charismatic gal who's, always the life of a party, right? My clients see me as, I'm that helpful, great person that's always trying to help them. This is how I see myself. And it's funny, right? I'm doing it kind of funny as a joke. And honestly, I need to remind myself every single day that I'm a badass, right? I've got to be a badass in business. I've got to go after it, as if I was the Black Widow in the Avengers. By the way, that's the body I put my little head on. So whatever it takes to give you that get up and go to actually do it. I've actually had this on my screensaver and things like that. It's not because I'm vain. It's because I'm trying to remind myself, be the badass, and things will happen for you. All right, but I wasn't always successful, okay? I came from pretty much nothing. I joined the military right out of high school, and I'm going to be quick about this story, but it's important. I need you to see what happened and why I'm telling this story, okay? But I joined the military directly out of high school. I was a D student, okay? And I had no money, so college was absolutely not an option for me, okay? There was absolutely no option. So I worked from the time I was 17 years old until I changed my beliefs, right? Worked a job. If you're in a job right now, please put it in the chat area. You know, I'm still at my job. Don't be embarrassed about it, but we're going to work to change that. If that's what you want to get out of that job, that is what we're here for today. So go ahead and throw that up in the chat if you're still in that job and you want to get out of there. So I was falsely taught, and this is what's important: job equal security. You get your pension, you get your benefits, you know, you're going to be guaranteed. Well, back when I was taught that, that might have been somewhat true, but that's out the window right now. Nothing could be farthest from the truth that a job equals security, but that's what I thought. So I constantly worked a job, okay? I spent 10 years as a corporate training. I worked my way up the ladder, you know, 10 years invested in working for someone else. And interestingly, I was teaching, now think about this, starting back around like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I was teaching web design and programming. Like, do the math there. If I would have opened a business back then, think about it. But I didn't have the business acumen, and I had the belief that I couldn't do that. That was for rich people. Rich people open businesses. Smart people open businesses. Different people than me open businesses. So after 10 years on that proverbial treadmill, I was pushed off. I was let go, laid off. I'm at home recovering from a surgery, a major surgery. I get a phone call. Yeah, we've eliminated your position. What? Like 10 years invested in, bye-bye, go find something else. Man, and I don't know about you guys, but many people would have ran out and opened up a business and done something, you know, differently, right? Well, I wish I did that. I didn't. I was scared. I felt like my beliefs were so strong. I scrambled to find another job, and I went back to work 2 weeks before my doctor wanted me to, because I was so afraid not to have that job, 9 to 5, benefits. I worked my way up again. This time I worked up the corporate ladder, actually doing what I taught and eventually managing people who do what I taught. So building big corporate training websites and training. Again, if you're thinking through my story, I had all the skills I needed to go open a business. I just didn't have the belief it took to do it. And you know, just looking at some of the comments, a lot of people, you know, I'm seeing some, you know, still at my job, still at my job. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. Ready to leave, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, if you're ready to leave, then by all means, you know, that's what we're here to do, telling you how to do that. So, okay. And I'm going to keep up with these comments as best I can. This sounds like me right now. Hate it. 12 years in the company, off on medical. Yeah, it's insane what people, you know, will do. It's insane. All of us are ready to leave. Nobody loves working, I don't think, at a job, okay? And here I was working in a job. I finally made it, right? Oh man, I had the American dream. I had 6-figure salary, 4 weeks of vacation, 10 sick days, holiday off. I had the benefits, right? 6-figure salary is nothing to laugh at. It was a lot. It was more than I ever thought I was going to make in my entire life. So I had achieved the American dream, and I was so unhappy. I hated my job. I hated my life. I hated everything about where I worked. And it wasn't them. I don't think it was the company. I just hated it. You know, first of all, I spent 12 hours a week going back and forth. I was underappreciated, overworked. If you've been in corporate America, backstabbing drama, I mean, you feel like you're on Survivor, seriously. A lot of corporate BS. Lots of stress and reorgs and layoffs. And most days I would bang my head on I hated it. And I was high up making a great salary. Unhappy is probably the wrong word. And I literally felt miserable and defeated. And I would sit and think about, you know, even when I got my weekends off, literally all I could do was think about when, you know, I had to go back to work, and it ruined my weekends. It ruined my nights. I was horrific to be around because I hated my job. I hated it. And I don't think I would have liked any job at that point. It's just not where I wanted to be in life. But one day, and this is true story, guys, and I never say anything that's not true, okay? One day I'm sitting at my desk and I had arrived, right? I had an office that overlooked a parking lot, but darn it, I had a window. Man, I had arrived. I got a window cubicle. And I was sitting in that cubicle and a horrific thought went right through my mind. I have to do this for another 30 years. That's the age I was at. Another 30 years going to this job or a job just like it, day after day after day. I have to tell you, it was a horrific thought that devastated me. Like literally turned my insides out. I couldn't fathom staying at that job. But, and here's why, you know, most people do, right? Who quits a $140,000 a year job? And I'm just putting it out there for you guys. That's what I made. That's good money. A lot of agencies would like to make that with their agency. And here I was, all I had to do was go to work and just put up with the BS and keep my mouth shut. And they would give me that money. But I wanted to quit my job so bad. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to do the things I read about in The Millionaire Next Door and Robert Kiyosaki's book and many other books I was starting to read. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have a life. So I thought to myself, to get out of that job, I simply need to earn $140,000 a year, right? $11,665 a month, every single month, forever. And that is why most people don't get out of their jobs, right? It's just crazy. And I'm just going back here, looking at some comments. Also, the big bad corporate word, downsizing. Oh, amen to that, right? It's crazy. Yeah, I'm focused on quitting my six-figure job too, Mark. Don't give up that dream. Let's talk about it. So the next thing I had to figure out is how the heck was I going to make $12,000 a month? Because that's essentially what I needed to do to quit my job. And the minute I made $12,000 a month, I told myself I would quit that job. But the worst part was, how was I going to convince my spouse that I wanted to quit my really great corporate job that paid us a lot of money and afforded us a pretty decent lifestyle? That scared me worse than trying to come up with $12K a month, like having to go and have that conversation. But an interesting thing happened to me. I didn't have to have that conversation. Guys, I don't know if you believe in the universe. If you do, if you believe in you know, some type of religious entity, if you believe in the universe, if you believe in karma, I don't care what you believe in, right? I don't judge. But if you believe in something, this story is going to probably resonate with you. I definitely believe in karma, the universe, whatever, God, whatever it is. But I'll generalize it and say the universe kicked me in the ass. Okay, this is a picture of an RV spot where we used to go camping, and we'd go there every weekend, and I'd still have to work because frankly, that's just, you know, the way of the world, right? In these corporate jobs, they expect you to work 70, 80 hours of work in a week. Plus I was trying to do some side business. And so I sat there all the time working. One day a fella came up, and he was an older dude and he'd been around a little while. We'd seen him around. And he said, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you." And you know, disclaimer here, my wife, right? So if you guys don't know me well enough, you probably don't know, you know, I'm married, been married for 24 years now. So myself, my wife, we were at that campground hanging out, and he said, "I'd like to talk to you ladies," right? And I'm like, "Okay, cool. What do you need to say?" He goes, No, I'd like to get my wife. We'd like to come over and talk with you. So how about we bring over some burgers and we'll do dinner? Great. He leaves. I turn around and I'm like, oh man, what did we do? Like, are we playing our music too loud? Does he hate the fact that, you know, we're you know, two gals? I mean, what is this guy gonna say to us? I'm thinking we're in trouble. They come over, we have dinner. It's like an elephant, right? Nobody's saying anything. They're just chit-chatting, and you know, we're sweating like, what are these people gonna say to us? After dinner, true story, and it gives me goosebumps, and I get them right now, even starting to think about this story. The fella said to me, and Colette, literally, you know, all I do is I see you ladies sitting outside on your computers, sitting in chairs outside on your computers. I see you inside your RV all the time, and you rarely come out unless you know, go to the lake. If you're in the adult center, you have your computer. Your faces are always in computers and phones. Like, how much do you work? And we had a conversation, and we told him how much we worked. He told me a story that changed my life forever. And I swear this was, you know, divine intervention, right? That's how I look at it. he basically said to us, him and his wife had worked their entire life, always saving, 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 because one day they're going to have enough to do everything they wanted in life. But right now they had to work, 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 and save, save, save. And they did. They saved millions of dollars. And then a month after they retired, no kidding, and I get goosebumps. A month after they retired, they got in a horrific car accident. And neither one of them were in a position where they could ever do the things they'd always dreamed of. In fact, I knew the wife was very not well off. She spent a lot of time, in the RV, and when you saw her, she had a walker and she could barely walk and that kind of thing. He had neck issues. They had spent their whole life working for retirement, and when retirement came, it was taken away from them. And he literally looked us in the eyes and said, I like you ladies. I think you're good people. Don't do this. Don't regret your life, because I regret mine. And I just couldn't believe that. Like, again, gives me like just emotions thinking about it. We said, we get it, that's great. He went off, and I didn't have to tell my wife that I wanted to quit my job, because we formed that company that year. In October of 2011, we formed the company I now own today. And it was because of what this particular person said to us. I didn't have to convince, her. And that's probably going to be the hardest part sometimes, convincing the people you love, right? Diana, yes, as a matter of fact, we need to talk. Who are you? Yes, very much so. All right, so we formed our new company October of 2011. 2011, okay? Now think about that. Think about how many years ago that. We're excited, but the excited feeling we had faded. Like, things happen, right? You get all excited, you're gung-ho, it's the new year, whatever it is. Months passed, months passed, months passed. We weren't doing anything. We formed the company and we were making no money because we weren't doing anything. And then the universe gave us another not so gentle reminder. True story. Colette comes home from work, pissed. I mean, pissed. And she had a job, really, really great, job in terms of, how important it was, but not working for really good people. And we had planned this elaborate vacation because, we were told we should live more. So we were trying to do that. And her boss had told her, you can't go on that vacation. Now, we were going on a 19-day European vacation. And he said, you can't go. And if you go, you're fired. Like, you can't go on your vacation. I don't know about you guys, but that don't work for me. And it definitely didn't work for Colette. She was fired up and said, screw that. And it put the passion in us to go ahead and think about, okay, that vacation was like 7-8 months away. We had the ability, to work this business and make some money. So that's exactly what we did. We got serious about our business because something in our personal life had finally been worth us wanting to do it. So we said, hey, if we can get her out of that job. I think the vacation was October or November of 2012. So if we can get her out of that job before that, great. This is going to be a great thing. Well, thank you, jerk boss. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In June 20th, 2012, my wife quit her job. Quit. This is me and her in Greece, enjoying that vacation that we went on. She couldn't even wait until the trip. Like, we got so serious about the business, we started making enough money that it was quickly apparent that she could quit her job. And the second she could, she pretty much went and said bye-bye. We went on that trip, and that's us in Greece. And that was the start of everything you're about to hear about, that happened for us. So let's see, this is what is happening to us. My husband is now disabled vet and can't work. That's a shame. The big takeaway for us, by the way, was, we still have to work and be serious, but we have to play along the way. You have to live your life because you never know what's going to happen. And that's the takeaway I got from that conversation, and now how we live our life today. Now, I want you guys to see, this is my first office, right? We call this our first office. This is the cruise we actually took. It was a land and cruise vacation. And we started off and ended off in Venice, Italy. That's the cruise ship we were on. We call it our first office because, we had spent a pretty good amount of time actually, talking about the business and working on it while we were doing other things. So it's an amazing story to start with. Now, things took off, and there's a reason I'm telling you this. I need you to go through this with me because I'm going to show you why these secrets became so important, and you're going to learn them along the way. So things took off before I began, really to earn money. It was really great. We were doing well. I started speaking about some of the methods I'm going to teach you and talk to you about. That's me and Kevin Wilkie in 2013. He was one of the first courses I ever bought, Local Business Money Machine, amazing course. I didn't even know there was this thing called SEO, recurring residual income. I learned that. Here is, if you don't know, there's Alicia sitting right there. We were on stage together in 2013 at the local marketing summit, and with people like, Jeff Hershey and other people. That's me speaking at SEO Rockstars in 2014. The reason I'm telling you this is here I am speaking at events, teaching my in the door methods, and they were great. I was able to get people, land customers, bring customers in. I was amazing at that. But behind the scenes, I was quietly struggling, not telling anyone because I felt like, oh, who would want to listen to me if they knew I was struggling as an agency? And I kept it to myself. I didn't tell people I was struggling. And I was struggling with the fact that how the flip am I going to do everything ourselves? Like, we didn't have enough time in the day to do everything we wanted to do, right? And it was the false beliefs that were holding me back. Again, we had no idea how to run a company. I was afraid to hire people, to spend money, because the little voice in the back of my head, Lisa, running a business is for rich people. Lisa, you're never going to be a millionaire. Lisa, you're not smart. Lisa, you can't do anything like that, right? That's the little voice that was running through my head. Everything I was told growing up, and some of that wasn't just by my family. There's teachers who will teach you that stuff. I was so afraid to put $1 into my own business to hire people or get help that it was holding me back. And I'm sure many of you guys are in the same position, right? It's hard to want to spend $1, yet we all buy cars and we make those payments, and we buy houses and make those payments, and we buy, like I had an RV, I was making those payments. But to make a payment or to spend monthly on something for my business, I could not make that jump for whatever reason. And while my business was exploding, I was struggling. I was working 80, 90 hours a week. And if you're similar, I see some people saying stories similar to yours, same things happen to you guys. It's insane and it's hard. And pulling your hair out is the least of it. And it took me 8 years to pull everything together from 2012 to literally 2020. And you're going to even hear COVID really was the final piece that helped me see things the way I need to see it. It took me 8 years to put everything together, and I had to really figure it all out the hard way. And I was around really smart people, as you saw. So I'm going to show you, you guys get to take a little bit of the shortcut today, but I do tell you this is not an easy button. So here's the hard way, AKA what every business owner does, including me, right? We start our business based on our skills. I knew website design. I started learning SEO. We offer only products or services we know how to do. We struggle to find enough clients to buy our stuff. We do all the work ourselves. We don't like to hire help. We spend money on training and systems that will fix our problems, but they don't, and we still have problems. Literally, not because the training or the programs are horrible. I bought some amazing stuff, all came back to me. We use all the profits to pay ourselves less than we are worth, and we don't invest back in our business. We struggle to scale our business. We spend less and less time with our families. We get frustrated and feel like we have a job again. Now, I am fortunate to have the most amazing wife on the planet who has gone all through this with me and stayed with me the whole time. As a matter of fact, whether you believe in this or not, it's not important to me, but this picture is of me on my wedding day when I was finally legally able to marry. It's important, and I add it because you see how happy I was, but I was still struggling. We were struggling with our business so much, and we had to figure all this stuff out, which is crazy. Now, thankfully, I learned these 3 secrets. They changed our business. They changed our lives forever. Before I'm done, I'll even show you what our life looks like now. It's amazing. But before we begin, I did make a promise. I know Alicia mailed it out in her mailer, and I do want you, to have this. So my story is similar to yours. True words, yes. I denounce the false beliefs in my head. Love that. Denounce them. Love that. First step. Lisa, can't see the pictures. I'm sorry. I don't know how to help. I don't have enough ability to do that and to do this at the same time, but there will be a replay and it'll all be on there, I promise you. If you just want to see the pictures, we're going to keep going. All right, so I made you guys a promise, and that promise was I would give you a bonus just for attending. Now you're going to learn some cool stuff here. You know, we've got at least another hour of training, well, 40 minutes of training, and then I'll tell you about our program. But if you stay to the end, because I want you not really to hear about the offer, more so I want you to take this training seriously. I'm going to give you a free 3-week, it's a workshop called Power into 2021. Next week is one live week, and then you'll get the 2, this started 2 weeks ago, but you're going to get the replays absolutely free. Everyone attending today is going to get this. If you stay to the end, you get this. And that's compliments of Alicia and Lorette, okay? They're giving this to you. It's an amazing 3 weeks of learn and get in the door methods. Even if you don't sign up for our program today, that's a gift from them. You get that, and they're great lead generation. And so you're going to learn some lead gen stuff. But I want to talk to you guys more about, you know, getting customers in the door isn't the most amazing thing in the world when you can't service them, you can't scale your business, and you're struggling, right? I could give you 100 leads, and if you can't service them, it doesn't matter. So we're going to give you the 3 weeks. You guys can come, watch, etc. You know, they're recorded, so if you can't go, you can watch the recordings. But I'm not going to give you the link to sign up to the end because I literally want you to watch this training, okay? So are you ready to learn the 3 real secrets? Belief, commitment, that's a bonus. But are you ready to learn our 3 secrets? And you have to say in the chat that you're ready, 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 ready. And Alicia and Lorette, if you didn't see this, thanks for the gift, ladies. Yes, Alicia and Lorette come from the same background I come from. We're givers. We feel that if we give enough people value, then we'll get value ourselves, and they are givers as well. They're amazing. All right, so yep, seen a lot of yeses. You guys are ready, 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 ready. Love it. All right, number one, secret number 1, counterproductive, counterintuitive, stop selling. Honestly, guys, stop selling, okay? 2 things I want you to think about here. You, number 1, want to put your sales on autopilot using automatic, you know, funnels and irresistible get in the door offers. The big deal here is, you know, don't worry about the funnels or the automation first. You need to get in the door with customers. And when you get in the door and show them how cool you are, how great you are, what you could do for them, selling things like, I think my record so far, just so you know, is an SEO client paid us $50,000 a month for 4 months to do some work for them, and another $20,000 a month, I think, for 4 more months. How do I get clients like that? Using these methods, right? I get in the door with something small, something valuable, but something that I can really show my value with, right? So when I talk about stop selling, sure, we're still going to have a sales, you know, technique, but the technique is to stop selling and start being consultants, right? So what I do is I create what's called get in the door offers, and you hear about that a lot. Every one of my offers really is created to find my ideal customers, the people that I want to sell websites or SEO. So it doesn't matter what you sell. If you're a writer, if you're a social media person, if you're an SEO, if you're a web designer, freelancer, photographer, I don't care who you are. In order to sell, you need to get in the door. And the methods I teach, and again, everyone here gets 3 of those absolutely free for just coming today. And we have about 15 of them. So in our program, you get everything. But we actually look for the customers that will buy our other stuff, and then we put offers in front of them, okay? They call me asking me for my products and service. That's important. Why? Cold calling sucks. Anyone love cold calling? Go ahead and put it in the chat area. If you love cold calling, say, I love cold calling. I don't think we're going to get a ton of those, okay? Nobody likes it. It's horrible. It sucks, right? Making outbound calls literally makes me sick. I don't like to do it. And mind you, I have some methods where we do cold call, but I typically will do it long enough to perfect the method and then hire people to go do it for me because I just dislike it that much. So I lean more towards those methods that attract those customers, but they call me. And when they call me, it's like they're giving me permission to sell them something. And it just changes the way I feel, weird enough. So when I talk about stop selling, I mean, stop trying to be a salesperson and start finding ways to get in the door and be a consultant, to be a partner. What you want to be is what I call the trusted partner. You don't want to be a service provider. You don't want to be a vendor. You want to be the trusted partner. I got an email just this morning from one of my clients where they said, I don't know what this is. Can you please look at it? It'll take me a few minutes, sure. Are they paying me? No. But every time something like that happens, who always answers their questions? Me. Who will they never get rid of? Me. I provide so much value to my customers, they never go away. So you do the same thing in the beginning, okay? Here's I call it $1 million idea. All the things you saw when you saw me on stage, talking, back in 2013, and I've done so every year since, but I talk about sales and getting in the door. That's what I specialize in, right? So I created an irresistible get in the door print offer. I sent it to, and print meaning it was a flyer, I stuck it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and I sent it to 400 brand new businesses, okay? Month one, the first time I ever did it, nothing, nada, crickets. I didn't get one sale. Month two, I got a few calls and some people bought some little stuff, business cards, postcards, because I was using print as my in the door offer. You can use whatever you want. I made a little money. Month three, a few more calls, and I broke even on the mailers. What would have happened if I quit right then and there? This method doesn't work, it sucks, right? Well, I had heard somewhere, I don't remember where, but at the time I had heard, always try something 4 times before you give up. So I did. I went the 4th time, boom, landed a client worth over $15,000 for the year. Well, guess what? I still use that method today. We're about to send 5,000 mailers out. I have them on order, they're coming in, and we're about to send out to 5,000 new businesses. I still use this method today, okay? Why did this work? The offer I sent was super low cost, right? So I sent out an offer for example, business cards. And I'm sorry, I have allergies, so bear with me. I sent out an offer for business cards, and the offer was pretty sweet. It was so irresistible, I was getting calls. It's low cost and low risk. If I send an offer out and say, hey, hire me for SEO, I can do your marketing, I'm great. All day long, people might want it, but they're not willing to take that risk. They don't know you. They don't know who you are. So that's the idea here. When we stop selling and say, hey, let's just get in the door and then gain trusted partnerships, that's when I no longer felt like I was selling. People called me, asked me about my products and services. I sold them the low cost offer, and then I would go on to sell these high end, $3,000 to $5,000 or more websites. I've sold websites as high as $60,000. And then I go in and I sell SEO contracts. The same thing. I don't always go after the highest dollar amount. I go in and get what I can, provide value, and then they want to keep spending money with me and ask me what else I do. Now, the method itself, doesn't matter. It's what's behind it. It's the fact that we're getting these people to love us and want to do business with us. Yeah, nobody likes cold calling. Nobody. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Let's see, you have put yourself out there for clients to see you. Exactly. Patty, I think I was at that summit. Phoenix, I think it was in Colorado. I probably went to the one in Phoenix, but the one in the picture was Colorado. Cold calling sucks. No cold calling. Don't mind little personal video. Yeah, I hate cold calling as well, right? Horrible, horrible thing. All right, so I used another get in the door offer. I'm just showing you, you don't have to do what I do. Think outside the box, right? So on a very reputable site we're not going to mention, I created an offer to do a $5 hint postcard, right? So I said, hey, I'm going to create a postcard for $5. I meet a client. The client has me do postcards. I deliver extreme value for $5. That's the key here, guys. $5, I'm in the US. Who the heck would do that? Like, that's crazy. Well, guess what? This is just one of the clients that have gone on to make me a ton of money. This particular client went on to make me over $450,000 on a $5 postcard design. Think about that. Again, you have to get in the door. When you get in the door, You provide extreme value, even if you lose money. Like, oh, I was making $140K a year. I'm sitting at night, and at the time, I designed the postcard myself. I'm watching American Idol designing postcards. And here I was, an executive making 140K. It's about the idea that I knew this would work, and it did. Every method I employ, this is the way I get my customers. The only method that gets me customers a different way is SEO. So because my site's very well SEO'd, I do get people call up and say, hey, do you do SEO? And so, yeah, I'm right in the door, right at a top level product. But that's not how I've built my agency. I built it on coming in here, doing the hard work, and building it out. And I'm going to tell you, and there's 2 more secrets where don't run off and just do this yet. Wait, because there's some mistakes I made along the way that really, like, I shouldn't have been designing these postcards. Hint. All right. Okay, that method alone has resulted in over $1 million in revenue to date. So that particular site that I use to get customers, where I'm still out there today, it is still out there. I don't work it as much, and I won't do $5 postcards anymore, even though you can. It's made me over $1 million in revenue. And we have many of these get in the door strategies, and I employ all of them the same way. Okay, here, are like the steps. And remember, you get the replay of this, so you don't have to worry about, taking a bunch of notes, but, take a screenshot if you want to. 6 simple steps to follow, right? Number 1, create the irresistible offer, okay? Number 2, build a sales funnel. Now, this is after the fact. I didn't do this when I first started, but now I do that. Number 3, generate the traffic. Either you got to send out mailers or do cold calling or do cold email. Somebody's got to see that irresistible offer you made. Deliver extreme value, follow up, and if you can, automate everything. Now, in the beginning, you might not be able to do all this. So I would say create the offers, generate traffic, be prepared to, deliver extreme value. That's, the first 3 steps. Now, I saw a question I want to answer. Lisa, not clear on postcard idea. You will create and send them out for clients. No, actually, Patty. So the method is, I'm just designing the postcard. They have to go get it printed elsewhere, or they could go through me, but I'm just designing. It's a design service. $5, we design you a postcard. That's all it was. And it's on a site that has to do with $5. I'll give you that hint, but I don't like to put stuff out here. And if you find me out there, shh, they don't like us talking to our clients off their platform. But I was just designing the postcard. To this day, when people say, hey, how do you get all your SEO clients? How do you get all your web design clients? I sell business cards, I sell logos, and we'll talk about that. But those are my get in the door methods. Why? Because every business needs those things, and it's very easy to get in the door with new customers who then go on to need websites, then go on to need, SEO, social media, whatever it is you're selling. If you can get in the door with something they need, and you do an amazing job, they're gonna take your call to talk about what else you can do for them, right? That's the key. That's key. Hopefully that answered your question. Remember, this works for everyone. It's not just, you don't have to be an SEO or web designer, right? You could be, obviously web designer, graphic designer, SEO. You could be a writer, copywriter, blogger. You just have to think outside the box. What are you offering low cost to get in the door, right? Maybe if you're a writer, copywriter, blogger, maybe you're offering, hey, I'll do some SEO articles for you, but then when you need, your funnel pages, I'm going to charge a higher rate because that's, better stuff. Photographers, videographers, service businesses, medical professionals, brick and mortar businesses, if you happen to own your own business. And I say that because this also works for your customers, not just for you, but your customers. We work this method for our own customers to get customers in their doors, right? So I use it for myself, then I also use it for my customers. Like, hey, I know it's not sexy, but if you'll do some, free teeth whitening, you might be able to get some cosmetics, because people who care about the whiteness of your teeth also care about, any cosmetic blemishes or things like that. You could do free x-rays for exams. So we actually use this with our customers, say, what can we give away for free or give away super, super low to get people in your door? The method works for everyone, and that's how you want to think about it. Yeah, exactly. Loretta says, pique curiosity. Yeah, get them to come in for something, and then, eventually create that relationship and sell them something else. Who is this attracted for us? Lawyers, financial planners, accountants, dentists, doctors, chiros, HVAC, you name it, we've done it, right? We use low cost, no cost offers. And in the 3 weeks you guys are getting for free, there's one that's going to cost you, and then there's 2 that are absolutely free that you can work. So it doesn't matter. If you've got a computer and the internet, you can start thinking about ways to get customers. You just have to figure out a method, put it into place, and get going on it. All right, let me give you examples of how being this person that gets them in the door, remember, by unselling. I'm not trying to sell them really anything big. I'm trying to just get in the door with, hey, you need something? So a dentist, postcard printing was the first thing they hired us to do. We then created a website and finally upsold them to an SEO recurring monthly account, $2,700 a month client, $38,000 to date they've paid us. And I picked out a handful of customers. I had, somebody actually do the homework to figure out what they made. Chiropractor, first sale, business cards, $78. Now a monthly customer, right? This customer paid us $10,800 cash the first time, and pays us every year $10,800 cash. Right around tax time. Love that customer. Every year, like clockwork, I get that check. He referred another customer who pays in cash. Again, he's only a $900 a month client. It's not, a huge amount of money, but he's spent almost $60,000 with us to date, right? Law firm, this is a big one, right? Print customer referred us. A print customer referred us to this person. 400 bucks in cash up front. At first was a $22.95 a month client. That's the client that went on to spend bigger money and eventually spend $400,000 with us. Dental marketing, same thing. So you get the idea. I'm just trying to show you. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to do anything except show you that little things, $78 to get in the door, business cards. This client has spent and brought us business totaling over $450,000 from a $78 business card. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I think that's the problem. In the beginning, I was buying these systems like work this system and this will send out this, and it was just so complicated. I wasn't doing it, and it wasn't bringing in the right people. This method, unselling is what I call it, brings in the right people for my business, at least for me. So yeah, Tiffany, it is great. I mean, it's really helped us build our business, but you're going to see in a minute, we struggled, and there's some problems with this because we were bringing in so many people that we were crazy busy, and we started not giving that superior service. And that's a problem, right? Because that's how you get them to want to hire you for your other things. So that's where we'll get to. These get in the door methods obviously launched our business, made us 7 figures, and they worked so well, we got crazy busy and we really struggled to keep up. It was just the 2 of us, and we just couldn't keep up. And by the way, I was still doing a lot of the work myself. And at this point, I still had a full-time job, FYI. So Colette quit her job. I didn't quit mine. Why? Security. I just felt like that job was security. And so I was still the missing piece to the puzzle. Not Colette, not the business, not the customers. It was me. It was down in my head. I couldn't get past, right? So secret number 2, write it down. Secret number 2, you have to become the CXO. Now, some people call the CEO, you could call it the president, I don't care what you call it. We call it the CXO because X stands for whatever you want in life. So if I'm the chief happiness officer, it's up to me to get my happiness. If I need wealth, I'm the chief wealth officer. If I want freedom, I'm the chief freedom officer. I am the CX fill in the blank O. It's me. I'm the one who has to become the leader of not only my business, but my life. This secret didn't really come totally clear to me until 2018, 2019. Think how fresh that is. And then in 2020, we perfected this like nobody's business. And so it's not like I've been doing this for years and been successful for years. Sure, we've made tons of money, but the freedom lifestyle we really wanted didn't come until probably 2019-ish. So stop doing the work, okay? Stop doing the work yourself. That's the key to this one. You don't have enough hours in the day to do everything you need to do to run a business, scale it, and be successful. It's impossible. I don't care what software you have. I don't care what magic button somebody promises you. If you are doing the work, you cannot scale your business, period. And I fought this and fought this and fought this. And I kick myself now, but you can't go back. You can only go forward. So you have to become the CXO of your company. You have to invest in whatever it takes to allow you to focus on your business in the big rocks, right? So what is it? It's 2 p.m. here, Central Time, and I have worked 0 hours in my agency today, 0. Yesterday, I want to say I worked 2 because I am working on other things now. I have learned how to become a business person, and that's what you have to become. You're no longer a graphic designer. You're no longer a photographer. You're no longer a CEO, or an SEO or a web designer. You're the CXO of a company. You're a business owner. When you start thinking like this, I don't care if you're doing the right things yet. When you change your mindset and say, no, who can I get to do this for, less money kind of thing, right? That's what we're talking about here. But my ingrained beliefs are probably like yours, right? I struggled to figure this one out. My business was making $235,000 a year, yet I'm still working a day job. Remember what I said? I needed 140K to quit my job. Anyone think that number is greater than 140K? But yet I had not quit the job. I was double dipping, right? How many of you guys would have quit your job? Throw it in the comments. How many of you guys? Yeah, Karen, you hit the nail right on the head, right? Fear. Yeah. People said, yep, I would have quit before, make the money. Yep, I would have been fearful to quit. Thank you for at least one person agreeing with me. Yeah, I mean, most people would have quit the job already, but for whatever reason, I had that ingrained belief inside of me that job equals security. I was so afraid to give up the job, the health benefits. I was just scared to death that here I was working 8 hours a day in one job and working 8 hours a day in another job and wondering why it was all falling apart, okay? Well, here's the good news, guys. I did not even have to worry about it because in 2014, that decision was made for me. In 2014, without no notice, I was laid off from my job after 10 years. Amazingly, 10 years seems to be my run with any company. Both jobs, I was let go 10 years, almost to the mark. So I was let go. And so you'd think I would have been rejoicing, right? Great. Now I don't have to worry about it. Well, how strong were my core beliefs, guys? Here, my business was bringing in over $235,000 a year. I still considered getting another job. Like literally had the conversation with my wife, hey, maybe I should get another job. I was scared to death because my core beliefs taught me job equals security. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think back and I want to kick myself, but we are who we are, right? And something we really focus on in our program is finding the reasons why something's not happening. I don't like to lecture people and say, well, you just need to do this. And it's easier said than done, right? So we do focus on the why. Why are you afraid to do that? Or why aren't you doing that? It's important. Well, fortunately, I had 9 months of severance to make it work. So I did not get a job. We told each other, we'll do this for 9 months. If we can figure it out, then I won't get a job. Well, good news, I never got another job. But by 2016, again, I was struggling to keep my sanity. Again. So I didn't get another job, but I still struggled. And I was not very positive, and I was kind of a horrible person to live with. But a business coach fell in my lap, and the universe gave me yet another subtle push. I am definitely blessed because I keep getting these gentle reminders with like sledgehammers over the head. So I met with a business coach, and he fell in my lap because I got a free session. I would have never hired a business coach before that. And after, literally an hour of going through where my business was at, talking to me, stuff like that, this business coach said to me, Lisa, you must be a leader, not a worker. Otherwise, you just have another job and the business owns you. Now, he said a lot of other stuff, but it was that last phrase that really hit me hard. Otherwise, I just have another job and the business owns me. That's exactly the way I was feeling like, this is worse than a job. I remember in 2016 actually making the statement, I want to just sell the business, quit the business, that sucks. You know, this is worse than, you know, what it was. This is worse than the job. And this is where I was back then. That's when I became the CXO of my company, right then and there. Now, it took me a few years to figure it all out. And it took me, you know, a few years to get that, you know, financial and time freedom I wanted. But that's the tipping point. That's the turning point where it all started coming together. I became the leader of my business. I had so many false beliefs that I had to work through. You could have told me, just hire people, just do this, just do that. I wouldn't do any of that because I wasn't dealing with that false belief. I wasn't dealing with the root cause of the problem, right? It's like taking pharmaceuticals for pain. It'll mask them, but it's not going to fix the problem. And that's where I was. I didn't think anyone could do the job I would do. I didn't think I could afford to hire anyone. I didn't have enough work to give someone, is what I would say. Managing people takes too much time. I don't have time. Hiring people cuts into my profits. I really have to give props to this business coach because he was very patient. I think he probably wanted to punch me because, you know, I would say, I don't have enough time. Well, if you do that, you'll have time. No, I don't have enough time. I mean, I just wouldn't deal with. Unfortunately, that coach did not have the skills or the technique to deal with the underlying problems, which is what needed to happen, right? I was the problem, me. I had to believe and I had to become the leader and I had to shed those beliefs, okay? So here are the steps. And I know this is, you know, not profound stuff, but this is the stuff that made the difference, right? Yeah, and comments, yeah, I certainly think I would, but you never know, right? Fear, bills to pay, fear of when the failure was going to hit. Yeah, we've been told we're going to fail, so we're waiting for it to happen. Ingrained in us, even in school. Yeah, I mean, don't even get me talking about the educational system. How do you not run your own business and have others do your work if you're a consultant, if you're trying to promote yourself and you're the owner CEO? Most people don't. So if you're someone who knew how to do that and did that right away, good for you. Most people do not. Most people do what I've done. I hear it over and over again. So number one, stop doing the daily work. Easier said than done. Hire outsourced tasks and jobs, the ones you can. Create processes for everything. I cannot stress to you enough that processes help you hire and outsource. Only work on revenue drivers and then become the leader in the CXO. And I know this is short and we don't go into details, and that's because we have a 12-week program that we put people through to go over every single detail to do it. I couldn't even fit, you know, hire and outsource into an hour or stop doing the daily work in an hour or the processes an hour. I just don't have enough time. These are the buckets you need to really focus on that will solve most of your problems. I just don't have time to go into every one. But when I became the leader, right, when I stopped doing the work, it was almost instant. Things turned around quickly. I mean, things just started gelling. Everything made sense. You know, kind of like what Fiona said in the comments. How do you not run your own business and have others do your work? You have lots of false beliefs and you have lots of disbelief in yourself and lots of negative, you know, things. That's how. But when you figure that out and you're able to confront that and solve that, which is big, you know, I know it sounds, you know, very self-helpish, but you know, those things have to be dealt with or you're going to fall back in your old habits, right? Things turn around. I finally had a freedom lifestyle, which is always what I wanted, right? Now we have another secret, but before I go there, I want to show you what freedom looks like, okay? I want to show you what freedom looks like. I don't show you this to brag. I show you this to show you where I went from. I went from not being able every week, like, I don't think I took a vacation for 3 years. I don't think I took a day off for 3 years. Like literally at least an hour of every day I worked, but mostly I was working 16 hours a day because I was my own worst enemy. It was my fault, right? You know, I feel bad that I took people along with me for this ride. But here's what it looked like once I figured it out. So this is our 2019. This is what our 2019 looked like. We spent 6 weeks in Destin, Florida. That's us at Pompano Joe's on the beach. We spent 2 weeks in West Palm Beach, Florida. Hugely important to me because I spent a week with my father before he passed away. And if I wouldn't have been able to do that, I would have missed out on that experience. 5 weeks at Disney World. Yes, we actually went to Disney World 5 weeks. 1 week at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. I attended SEO Rockstars, but I booked extra days and went to Disneyland. A week in Green Bay, Go Pack Go. We went and saw the Green Bay Packers. 10 concerts, countless events. I had to go back in the calendar and look at this. Plus most weekends at the lake, actually not working. Not working, okay? I now have the freedom to work when and where I choose each and every day, and I make more money than when I worked in my business. That's why becoming the CXO is so important. You have to spend money to make money. You have to hire people to free yourself to focus on the right things to drive your business. Does seem simple, but it was not for me. And if you struggle with that, I'm there with you. Some people, make it look easy. It's not easy by any means at all. It was definitely difficult. Another fellow who went through our 2018 program, he, same thing, wanted to spend more time with his family. And through the 2018 program, by the way, which was lacking a lot of the stuff our new program has, Colin was able to actually, really ramp up his business. But he came back and was one of our beta members in the new program. And in 2020, he actually came back and said, hey man, I just need time. I want time with this little one. And that's why I put a picture in here. I want time with my daughter. So he went through the program. He sold 20 grand in 2 months, plus added 7K of recurring revenue in 2 months going through the program. Now, is the program exceptionally brilliant? I'm not really teaching things you probably don't already know. It's the way we go through it. It's the belief, it's the commitment. And if you can do that on your own, do it. It's believing in yourself, but really having a roadmap was the key for him. And I say that because he's like I was, he's like you are. I mean, we're just normal people, trying to make it. Remember, in order to become the CXO, I had to believe. I had to let my desires fill my mind, not my false beliefs. And that's a picture of me in Santorini, Greece, which if you've never been there, make it on your bucket list. It's an amazing little city to go visit. Okay, but we have another secret. You guys still have time for another secret? I'm running long. I will tell you that right now. I'm running a little long. So let's see. I guess you have to believe that someone else can do what you do if you teach them, right? Oh, I know I can help people if you're willing to be helped. I don't know if I would have told you that in 2014. I'm standing on stage helping people and I was struggling. And it's not that I still don't have things to figure out, but I figured out enough now that I realize the key problem is not the easy buttons. It's not the tools or the software. It's here. This is what will make the difference. So good stuff. Okay, what does CXO mean again? Yeah, to keep it simple, Chief X Officer. X stands for whatever you want in life. I like to think about me as, if I want money, I am the Chief X Officer. I'm the one who has to make that happen. If I want happiness, I'm the Chief Happiness Officer. I have to make that happen. I am never the worker. I'm always the person trying to figure out how to make everything work, right? So if I want to come up with a new advertising, whatever, I can come up with the concept and the idea. When it comes to implementation, I can't do the work, right? I'm the Chief X Officer, not the worker. I'm the ideas person. I'm the person that's going to drive it forward. Most people would call it the CEO, the president. You guys can call it what you want. It's the leader. I just happen to, we do this little thing in our program where, we X things, and so it just kind of ties into the program. So, but think of it as just the leader if it's confusing. Okay, so you guys said you guys still have time? Yeah? Yes? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going. Nobody said yes, but this chat is tending to take a minute. All right, so I was still missing a big piece of the puzzle, right? So secret number 3, because I figured all this stuff out, but I started hiring people, they started doing the work, I wasn't doing the work. But when we added more customers, it seemed like we needed more people to do the work. And when we added more people, then I needed more customers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be constant? Like more people, more work, more people, more work, more people, more work. It felt like it was a never ending cycle of scale, bigger, gotta get bigger. And I wasn't sure I wanted that. So I went literally on a mission to figure out, what the problem was, because it didn't seem right to me. Why do I have to keep adding more customers? And then when I have more customers, I have to keep adding more people. I mean, at least at the rate I was doing it. So secret number 3 is what I call success stairways. Success stairways, okay? Now, success stairways are this, very simple. I'm gonna create really just a path that my customers follow. That's how you wanna think of it. And I'll show you in a minute a visual. So we create automated strategies, which we call success stairways, that increases the amount of money, so our maximum lifetime value, the amount of money every single customer spends with us. You know, this is the fancy term for saying, get your customers to spend more with you. Stop going out and finding so many new customers and focus on the customers you have at hand. Now, it seems simple, but let me give you a great example. Remember that lawyer that was paying us a ton of money? We did good work for that person. We really, helped them, their SEO, and they were ranking like crazy. But I was so focused at that point on finding new, I need more, that I should have spent a little more time nurturing the relationship, nurturing, reporting, just little things. I was not creating that success stairway. You think about, you bring in somebody and you do work for them and then you forget about them. Like, I wasn't upselling as much as I could. I wasn't offering as much as I could. It seems little, but this was like literally the last missing piece to my puzzle, that I have to get over the fact that I feel like I'm bugging my customers by telling them what else I do, or sending them emails, or calling them up. I had to get over that, and I had to create a process to do that. So here's what triggered this. I was on a call one day with a customer, and we were going over SEO, status and what they did, and I didn't do a lot of social media marketing, and I know a lot of you guys are probably social media marketers, so and remember, all this stuff works for you guys too, but I had no idea that my customer had gone out and hired someone to do Facebook marketing. And so when I saw the stats, I was like, hey, you seem to be getting a big jump in Facebook. Are you guys out there posting a lot? This is a quote from the customer. I had no idea you offered Facebook marketing. We love what you do. You are amazing. But to be honest, you rarely communicate with us or help us understand what else we could be doing to market ourselves. Ouch. That hurt ego, that hurt everything. I was so embarrassed. I was on a phone call. I was mortifiedly embarrassed. Here's a customer who had money to spend, understood they need to spend it, and was leaving it right there on the table. I left it right there because I just didn't communicate with my customers on a regular basis. New customers need new. Sell. That's what I'd always done. And that's great. We need new, but we were ignoring the customers we had right in front of us, and we had attrition because of it. So here's what a success stairway looks like, guys. And that's a good question. Let me stop for a minute. I know a lot of you guys are social media marketers, and trust me, we have plenty of social media marketers in our program. So this stuff, we can help you too. SEO is search engine optimization. It's the idea of taking somebody who's not on page 1 when people search for stuff and getting them there. And that's one of the products we sell. But it's the same thing. If you're trying to land monthly, social media, if you're a social media manager and you're trying to land those accounts, if you're a web designer, I don't care what you do, this training, everything you're learning is the same, right? You have to find a way, obviously, to get them in the door, right? They have to see you, they have to know you exist. Now, this is a shout out to Russell Brunson. He's a very brilliant marketer, if you don't know him, and he teaches something called a value ladder. I'm not a big fan of ladders, they're rickety, so I renamed this method for myself as a success stairway. And I added some things in it that he doesn't have. For example, for me, get in the door offers are important. So maybe I sell them, something really cheap. Maybe I give them some free service. Maybe I, just do something to get them in the door. And this is just an example. So maybe I get them in the door and I do a logo for them. Maybe that was my get in the door, right? I do that logo, and then what do? Well, before I realized I had to actually increase the LTV, I might, just wait and see if they ever come back. Maybe I talk to them a little. That's the problem. I had no process that systematically came and said, okay, if they did a logo we need to now go on and say, okay, what print do you need? Do you need, do you need business cards? Do you need this? Do you need that? Okay, after they're done with that, do you need a website? After they need that, they need marketing, search engine optimization or marketing. I had to have the step ladder, so to speak, this ladder, the stairway, to increase the value of every single customer that came in my door. And in our live training, we actually do things like we have people give us an idea. So if it's social media, for example, we'll mind map. We'll come here and say, okay, here's what your get in the door can be. So and I know I've got a lot of social media people in here. So for social media, maybe you offer to do a free article for their website or whatever. Maybe you offer to do a discounted something or other. It just literally means, what's your next step? How do you get them to buy your monthly services, right? And let me just say this, if you're not selling monthly services, that is what we got to find for you. We've got to figure that out, because you don't want to have to get a customer every single, month. You want people that are recurringly paying you for whatever, right? So monthly writing, monthly blogging, monthly, if you're doing social media, posting, etc. You've got to have what's the next thing. Now, here's the big key here. You don't have to do what's in the next step. Let's say you do social media marketing. And so social media marketing is, you're getting the door, you do that for them. What else do they need? Even if you don't provide it, you probably can find someone who does. And if you fed them your customers and you knew they were good and would take care of them, and they gave you a residual kickback, right? Or if you could hire someone to do that other thing that you don't know how to do and put them in place to do it for you, again, you're building a stairway of success. That's why I call it a success stairway. If you've ever watched Shark Tank, right? Somebody comes on Shark Tank and they have one product. They tell them, you have a product, you don't have a brand. And that's the key. You can't just have one thing. I had lots of things I sold, but back then I just didn't put two and two together. Like, I would have a customer that was doing, my top tier $3,000 a month product, and I wouldn't try to sell them other stuff because, like, oh, don't rock the boat. I don't want to make them mad. You're not making them mad by helping them. I couldn't see that. I just wasn't seeing that. So you have to be able to sell and increase the value of your customer. It doesn't even matter if you're doing 4 social media, channels for them. Maybe you give them an offer to say, hey, it's $400 a month for these 4. If you do 5, it'll be $300 a month each, or whatever your pricing is. You're always constantly trying to get them to do more with you. Because remember, you're not doing the work yourself. Past secret, we're going to find people that do it at a much lower rate, and you're going to have a profit margin in there. So you're going to build to where you can actually offer it a little less and still make more money. So I'm going to pause there and see about questions, because I know this is kind of crazy. Do you hire someone else to build their website? Cynthia, I don't work in my business at all anymore. I don't one keystroke, everyone. Now I have my own people. And so I have contractors who work for me. I have project managers. I have search engine optimizers. I have social media people. We have 24 contractors that work for us. We have 7 writers. I do nothing myself. I hire everything out, and I make more money now paying people than I made trying to do it all myself, because you can't. You're limited when you do it yourself. Now, some people, I say, I don't want all those contractors. You don't need them. There's other ways to do it. You can white label it. If you don't know what white labeling means, you hire another company to do it for you. Like, you don't do anything. You don't even manage the people. They just have to do it for you. And if you struggle with that, saying, well, I've tried that before, it doesn't work, stay to the end. We have something for you. Do you hire? There it is. Is this webinar live? John, if you're talking about the 3-week webinar, 2 weeks of it have already passed. So next week is live, yes. The 2 other weeks, the free one you guys are getting, the 2 weeks are going to be replays because they were the last 2 weeks. Our program you're going to learn about here in a minute. There's definitely a live program. I don't believe in recorded training. It just doesn't work. You guys can't ask questions, so I don't like it. Do you market locally, regionally, or nationally? Donna, I prefer local. Local gives you the local edge, but I'll definitely do regionally or nationally, depending on what I'm doing. But I definitely do prefer local when I can do it. Let's see, Lisa, apologize, but I need to go. Hey, if you got a client, go take care of the client. There will be a replay. Sorry, you're at the middleman question. You are the middleman questions. How do you find the right people to hire? Yeah, finding the right people, again, that's a whole course in itself. We actually have that in our program. So, give me a minute. I'm going to tell you about the program, but we show you how to do all that. But typically, you're going to find people that can do the job at a lower rate. For me, I'm in the United States. That means a lot of the work I do, I outsource to other countries because of the rate. All my writers are in the US, so I find people that are either stay-at-home moms or, I find people that'll do it for one rate and I sell it for a higher rate. I mean, that's just how you have to do it. Supposing they don't make money for you, how do you pay them? Oh, they do make money for you. Remember, you're paying, here's a great example. I use an example I know because it's what I do. Say I wanted to sell a website. My website prices start at $3,000 and go up. So I'm guaranteed I'm going to get $3,000. So I have a full-time web designer that works for me that I pay $1,000 a month to in another country, who can build 10 websites a month for me. Think about that. Now, yes, if you're going to pay someone, you have to have the money coming in to pay them, but you should 3x the money you pay. So if you're paying someone $1,000 a month, you should be making a minimum of $4,000, $3,000 or $4,000 on what they do for you. So it's your job to figure it out. And that's the key here. Now that you're not doing the work, you can now go figure out the sales part and getting the leads in. That's where I was struggling. I was trying to wear all the hats and it doesn't work. So these people help you make money. Now you can't start that way. In our program, we do teach. We literally teach. You have to, you can't put the cart before the horse. And I actually teach people how to make money, put it away, and start getting ready to hire. Then you hire this person. I mean, you can't stop doing the work tomorrow if you don't have the money to invest. But I will say this is something to think about. It's funny, we will make car payments, but we don't want to get a business loan to go hire someone. If I had to do it over again, I don't care if I had the money. I would sell my car tomorrow if that's what it took for me to start over again, because I now know how to do it. And that's what you want to learn. If you know how to work it, I'm telling you, that's what these rich people don't want us to know. It's not that hard. It's just systematic and you got to follow the steps. So how'd you find the right team? I think we just talked about that. I can't go into all that. And by the way, if you stay to the end, you want to ask this, I'll answer all that, but I got to kind of get going because I know some people got a jet, so I want to get on with everything. So a lot of talk about, we'll cover this at the end, outsourcing and stuff like that. I can definitely tell that's a big one for you guys, but let me keep going just for now because I know I got people who have to go. All right, so 4 simple steps to follow, right? When we want to increase the value of our customer, we're going to build stairways, okay? We're going to automate each stairway when we can. We're going to create offers and present the offers. So just like we got in the door and we created those offers to get them in the door, we can create offers for existing customers to get them to spend more money. A real simple example is when you have a website right now, the newest thing is chat. I went out and found a chat program. I bought a lifetime license to it as a developer. And now every time I put that on someone's website, they pay me $30 a month for something that I don't pay for. I paid for it once, and now I don't pay for it, and I make $30 a month per website that I put it on. So say you're just a social media person and you say, oh, all my customers come to me and keep saying they need websites. You find someone like me that'll do the website and you say, hey, can I have a cut of everything? We give you a cut and you're doing nothing. So you got to start thinking about how you can increase what you're selling to your customer so that way your customer's worth more to you. So you don't have to keep going and get more and more customers, because when you do that, you end up needing more and more people to do the work. What I like to teach, and something I teach in our program, is we have to find residual products that you can sell that cost you nothing to implement, right? Hosting, for example, for me is a big one. It doesn't cost me a fraction of what I sell it for. So it's a great way to increase the value of a customer without actually having to have more workers to do the work. And in every business, I promise you, I can find ways for you to add services that cost you very little but make you recurring money. That's the key. Okay, success stairways, they do scale your business, right? They provide a clear path to success. You don't need as many leads and customers. The value of each customer increases, right? And more importantly, your customers become way more loyal. Cynthia asked, affiliate marketing. I'm not an affiliate marketer. I don't do affiliate marketing. But yeah, you can totally do affiliate marketing if you wanted to. You know, the sky's the limit of what you can think about doing. And remember, this same thing, you know, same slide as before. This works for everyone, right? Web designers, copywriters, doesn't matter what you're selling. And it works for your customers. I want you to keep this in mind, guys. When what you're learning today, you can use this for your customers. I don't care what you're selling them. You now have business knowledge. Most small businesses don't have what I showed you today. They're struggling. Most people think, oh, well, they have a business, they know business. No, they don't. They probably did just what we did. So when you become that partner and say, hey, by the way, I don't know, but it looks to me like you just sell this. Is there something else we can work on that you can upsell them? Man, when you start adding value like that, and they go, it's a good idea. You say, oh, I can handle that for you. Bam, now you have your increased upsell, right? So always remember, what you learn how to do for yourself, you can do for your customers, right? So it's a win-win to learn these methods and these techniques. Now remember, I hated selling. Automation. That's the only thing I'll say about this, automation. Before we created success stories, we needed 10 times more leads. Our acquisition costs were higher. The lifetime of the value of each customer was lower. And I really, you know, you see interaction was lacking. Customers were more likely to leave. And I had trouble only being the CXO. I did. I just struggle with that because of what was going on. So to me, here are your 3 pieces to the puzzle. I'm gonna repeat them again, okay? Number 1, stop selling and start partnering. Find get in the door methods where you can get in the door with your customer, okay? Then become the CXO, the leader of the business, the CEO, the chief, you know, head honcho, whatever you wanna call it. You have to be the business owner. I struggled with that. And then number 3, you have to create success stairways. You have to find ways to traverse your customers through buying more than one thing from you. If you only sell one thing, you're going to struggle to scale. You might make a decent living, but you're going to struggle to scale because you want the value of each customer to be higher. That's why people will spend a lot of money to acquire a customer. My methods do the opposite. We get paid to find our customers. It's crazy. I wouldn't dream of spending money to find a customer. I get paid to find customers. That's what I want. Okay, I'm gonna pause. This is a lot, man. We really covered a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna pause for a minute and just kind of get comments and feedback. And you guys think these secrets are awesome and see how they can transform your business? Yes? No? Fascinating. Yes, definitely. Freaking awesome. Yes. Freaking awesome is what we were going for, right? Yes. Amazing. Perfect. Well, guys, here's the thing, okay? I want to ask you, okay? Do I have your permission to talk about my program, right? I know we've gone long. If you have the time, may I please just tell you about our program, and then I will give you your freebie where you get to go and at least come to our free training. And I'll tell you right now, why do we offer free training? Because if you come to our free training, you get to see what I have to offer. Unfortunately, if you don't take us up on our offer today, you're going to miss out on a lot of bonuses. So let me get into it. Let me tell you about our offer. No matter what, you get the free training, but let me tell you what I have, okay? So first and foremost, I can't teach you this stuff without physically being able to offer you the ability to learn exactly how I did everything, right? So if I give you, model, show you how to get in the door, how to stop selling and get customers, I don't care what you're selling, I promise you I can help you. If I can show you how to get in the door, do you think that you could have success? Just that one thing. And if you do, go ahead and throw a yes up there. If I showed you how to become the CXO, so I don't just tell you, I help you. I show you how to do it, right? And remember that I'm not talking you watch recorded videos. Everything I do really is geared to help you, right? Live, so you can ask questions. Do you think that's going to have you success? Yes in the chat if you think so. And number 3, if I also show you what I mean by success stairways and give you that content and show you exactly what I mean, how to put everything on autopilot, do you think you could have success? So what I'm asking you guys here, and you've heard what I already have to say, right? Do you believe that you could have success if someone shows you exactly how to do it? I'm not talking about buying a system with an easy button. I'm not talking about software. I'm talking about modeling exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, showing you exactly what we did, and then helping you figure out how it works in your business, right? If you believe, you are one step ahead of most people, okay? Most people don't believe in themselves. So I hope I did that today and helped you believe in yourself, okay? These secrets, they're not revolutionary, guys. Many programs, courses, coaches have lots of great information, but they fail to address everything needed for success. They fail to address what I was missing. Because you see, I've been involved with some amazingly smart people since the beginning practically of my business. And I looked at them and I'm like, why? Why am I failing? It just drove me mad. I was missing one or more pieces, right? I needed all the pieces, and I needed the belief. I needed to have that success belief. I needed to drop the baggage. That is something that we do and we have figured out. And that's what I'm most proud of, in the program I'm about to show you, because until I could do that, I would never, I don't care what tool I bought, I don't care what system I bought, I don't care what coach I had, until I resolved what was in my head, I just kept tripping over myself. So we have figured that out. We have figured out how to help people get past that, okay? We created the model that works. It worked for me. We have actually put through a beta group, and then we put through an actual real group of people, which we call our founding fast trackers. So we put through a total of 50 people through this program, and it's worked for them. It's also worked for our customers. I model the same thing for my customers. So it's gonna work for you, but you have to believe it. Honestly, guys, I'm not playing. If you don't believe, I don't want you, to really do this, okay? All right. You have two choices. Go figure it out, drink from the fire hose, try to figure out what I did, or join me, join a community, join a team. We've got it figured out. So I'm gonna show you what you can do. But I will say this, don't reinvent the wheel, right? I tried to reinvent the wheel, figured it out all myself, and you can't do that. If I show you how to take $1 and turn it into $2, you would do it, right? If I show you how to take $1 and turn it into $5, you do it. Just do what you're shown and it will work. And that's the key, right? Now you can figure some stuff out on your own and you can kind of make it work for you. But fundamentally, you can't say, well, I'm going to skip that part. It's not going to work, right? And you have to put in the homework. And the homework really is going through a program where you address every single thing you need to address, including your false beliefs, okay? So we created a program. It's called Agency Fast Track X Success. X stands for everything you want in life, literally what you want. So do you want money? Do you want time freedom, more time with your kids, quit your job? Whatever it is, that's going to be your X. And that is what we're going to try to solve in this program. Now, I'll be honest. In 12 weeks, you will not be rich, right? You're not going to be millionaires, most likely. Let's be honest about that. But you're going to be on the fast track to getting there. That's the key. You're going to be on the fast track with a community of people, okay? So what you're going to get is you're going to get a link to a community of people, a 12-week like interactive program. And what we do is we crush those false ingrained beliefs, right? The stuff that's holding us back, we get rid of all that. We teach you how to implement the 3 secrets, okay? And we did test this with people, regular people, just like you guys, right? People, we knew and people we found, and amazingly, people started recommending their friends even to the beta program. They were actually getting results in amazing time. And some people, they were, I had one guy, he made like, oh, I make an extra $2,000 a month. Man, it's not huge, but it's $2,000 more than he was making and really all he needed to quit the job. So it's what's important to you. That's what's key here, right? But we put everything in this, 12 weeks. Now, I'm not saying 12 weeks of, a ton of time. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But we solve your 3 biggest issues, these 3 secrets, and we change your mindset. That's what's important. And I've seen it now over and over again. We did it in 2018, and that was a successful program. But this program's different because we added the part where we actually change your beliefs. We work on commitment. We work on, some of those soft skills in your headspace. So you get the 12-week live immersive program. It's actually 24 interactive live sessions. We do 2 sessions a week. You're not required to go to both. They're each about an hour to 2 hours long. They're sessions like this. We teach, we have feedback, we answer questions, we show you, but you also have a workbook, you have things you can go through. And I don't want this to sound daunting. I don't want you to see it this way. We make it easy, like easy, 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 okay? Like this is your program, right? You get in here, you start with us, you're in your truck, you got a lot of baggage. We take you, on a journey to where you come out sleeker, faster, and no room for any baggage in that there trunk, right? We talk about a lot of stuff, okay? Now, you don't go off and watch videos all by yourself. This is live, interactive. You're on Zoom. You get to speak. You get to turn your mic on. This isn't, oh, I have to raise. Well, we might have to do the raise your hand occasionally because sometimes we have a bunch of people and I do ask to raise hand just so I can go in order. But you get to ask your stuff live. And I stay on as long as it takes to answer every single question and go over everything, right? And we do it together, okay? And you have access to the other people in the group. And there's some pretty big people in the group, by the way. In January, Dory Friend is going through it. Patrick Tuttle is going through it. These are all big marketing people. There's just a lot of people going through it. I was honored to know that those level of people were going through it. But frankly, everyone struggles in their business. I don't care how big or small you are. So it really works for everyone. Here are the topics we go over, okay? I ask you to say 2 hours per week, right? You can commit to 2 hours a week. And if you tell me right now I don't have time, I can't, I promise you, we figure that out. We figure that out in the first couple of weeks, getting you time back, right? I know that I have to help you find time. So therefore, that's one of the first things I do. We talk about beliefs, commitment. We help you solve for X. We help you solve for what it is you really want. We teach you those success stairways. We teach you get in the door strategies. We also give you, which you're gonna see in a minute, a bunch of get in the door strategies that you can do, on your own. We teach you how to get traffic, how to get that traffic flowing. We teach you how to create funnels. Now, remember, you might not do all this. I have people that literally went through our program in September through December. They're coming back in January and going through it again because they said, well, I got a bunch of stuff done, but I missed some weeks and I wasn't able to keep up. You go at your pace, okay? And I know you think, oh, I got to pay to go through again. No, you never have to pay to go through again. We let you keep going through and keep being part of the community. So you do actually get to go through this more than once if you need to. You don't have to, but you can. And so you go through all sorts of things. We have sales training. We have how to increase LTV. Wow Me as a week, it doesn't show, but that's all about outsourcing. We teach you how to outsource. We teach you how to then set up your business and processes. And finally, we set you up for success. It's an intense program. And I don't mean time-wise. Literally, you learn so much, but it's fed to you in a way that makes it just feels easy and time flies. That's the feedback we're getting. And I did that because I don't have a good attention span. I have a very short attention span. So I need things really put in an easy way, and that's how I actually train. So everything is meant to be easy to digest and really easy for you to learn. And why did I create this? Honestly, I have friends in the business who are struggling. That's how it all started in the beginning. I was helping other people. I try to do it for years. I know it doesn't work. I know you need accountability. You need people there. You need someone holding your hand. Or if you don't need someone holding your hand, it's just great to have someone to, talk to. We're lonely in our business. We're entrepreneurs. It's nice to have other people who get us. It's a beautiful thing. So, and I'm starting to get rushy a little bit because we're going a little long here, and I hate going long because everyone's got things to do. But after 12 weeks, you're going to be able to get rid of your baggage, stress, frustration, worry, everything in that genre. Create effective lead gen methods, no matter what you sell. Build high value customers, solve outsourcing and delivery, stop working those crazy hours and become the leader, build your success strategies, increase your LTV, increase revenue, stop worrying about money, gain momentum, speeds towards, achieving your X, right? That's what we get in 12 weeks. Again, I'm going to reiterate, everything won't be solved in 12 weeks, but you'll be on the fast track, right? You'll be on the fast track to success. And you're going to have a community that supports you from that point forward. So I want you guys right now, imagine your life. What does it look like 12 weeks from now? So if you join this program, it's probably going to look very different. But also, what does it look like 12 months from now? What does it look like 12 years from now? Okay. I want you to think about that, because what we're asking you to do is go through a program that literally 12 weeks, 24 committed hours of your time, which is what, the equivalent of one day in the big scheme of things to change your business and kind of learn what I had to learn, right? I don't do this for a living. I'm not a trainer for a living. I run an agency for a living. That's where my money comes from. But because I was solving all the problems in my business, I had time now to put this together, and I love doing this. You saw from my past that training was in my background, and that's why, I put together this program. I do have to charge for it because at the end of the day, if you do not pay, you won't do it. So there has to be an investment for you to actually do the work. Again, 2 hours a week is the minimum you have to do, okay? You can do more. We give you extra credit stuff and things you can, go do. We tell you what's mainly important, what you have to do, and then we say, you can do the extra credit. So remember, equivalent to one day. If you could change your business and your life 2x, 3x, 5x, I don't care what it is, in just one day, that's what this is equivalent to. Why wouldn't you do it? Okay. So this is definitely me in my sales mode because I know how important this is to many agencies. I've seen people change their lives. I'm proud of this program. You're probably thinking, no, I got the secrets. I'm going to get the free training. I can do this myself. Yes, you're going to get the free training. Don't worry about that. But I assure you, you can't do this yourself. I've tried. Many people have tried. It's very few who break through like I did and figure it out on their own. The people who have achieved what I have, most of them have had mentors and guides and people have done it where I missed out on all that. So you do need that movement to change your life. So this program is 12 weeks, weekly power-ups, weekly exits, power live sessions, weekly fuel sessions. Again, it adds up. We try to do short videos, 4-minute videos, 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos. The big key of this program is these power live sessions, these 2 Zoom calls a week. That's the meat of it. And we get rid of all your baggage. That's the key. Okay, why does this work for me? Why will it work for you? We create the success beliefs. Number 1, once I knew I could be a millionaire, everything changed. Once I figured out what wasn't working and fixed it, everything changed. Once I dropped all the baggage I had, everything changed. That's key. We also create accountability, right? We set goals for you and then we help you. We don't leave you to do it. We help you, get those goals. That's what's key. We have personal coaching sessions. You're going to see in a minute where you and I talk one-on-one for a fraction of the price. I spent $50K on personal coaches and none of them dealt with my success beliefs, which is a shame. And then we create those success strategies with you. So I put a value on this program of $4,000 because that's what we're going to sell it for. In the end, I promise you that's not what you're going to pay today, but that's the value of the program. That's what it's going to eventually sell for. Now, remember, this is the 3rd time we're running it, so you're right at the beginning of an amazing program that is getting amazing success. I'm also going to give you that free Power into 2021 live training. Now, you get that regardless, okay? You get that regardless. I'm also going to go all in too. I asked you to go all in. You're going to get a free 60-minute coaching session with me. Okay, I normally charge $1,000 per hour for coaching now, and I don't like to do coaching. So if you're not in my program, it's very hard to hire me. That's you and me. I would love to get to know you, but that session is focusing on your business, your agency, where you are today and where you want to be. And we set out a roadmap to get you there. And so through the program, you're actually doing, what it takes to get there. After 12 weeks, the goal is to get you where you want to be. Now, it might not be millions of dollars, but you're well on your way. And so we sit down, that's one-on-one Zoom call, we record them, we work through, we're working to try to figure out, how to exactly get you where you need to go. Because there is no one-size-fits-all program, I'm sorry, it just doesn't exist. Now, I bring these 3 people up because these are 3 people that went through private coaching with me. Do I offer private coaching? No, not really. I don't tend to, but these 3 people were my beta users. And the first beta group, we actually just did it private. I didn't have a structured course. The second group, we actually had a structured course. And I'll just tell you, Carolyn is in a very different business. She didn't know what she wanted to do, and we were able to solve it. Terry was able to, really 2x his business, and now he's going through in January. His goal for January, he'll be in all these 3 people, by chance, they'll be in the January program with you guys. So these are people you get to talk to on a regular basis. We have a Skype group. You get to talk to each other and interact, and they're all really cool people. A lot of times they'll do pop-up Skype, little Zoom meetings, everything else. And if I can join, I join those too. But it's a very synergistic group. And so he's going to be there. Same with Colin. This time around, he set the bar at 3xing his business, and he's going through again. Now, Colin, the fellow we just used, he used his free coaching session in the first one we did to set 2 goals to achieve in 60 days. He crushed them, and I'll show you that in a minute, like literally crushed them. So you're going to get the 12-week live program, the free 3-week workshop, the free 60-minute session with me, okay? I couldn't not give you the secrets, right? All these get in the door methods. Remember, they're for any business. Doesn't matter what you sell, these get in the door methods work. So not only do you get the 3-week course, you're going to get the agency traffic secrets. This right now has 3 methods in it, other than the ones you're going to learn. And by the end of 2021, it's going to have 15 methods in it. You have a lifetime membership to this. So if we add more, you get them. So you're never going to have to buy any more get in the door methods again, because you know, if something comes up where we see something's working, even if I don't do it, we're going to, you know, share it with you guys. So you're going to get my most effective. I have one called the Fiverr method, one called new business letters, one called print your way in the door. Plus we have some super secret methods. Let me give you a hint. Cold email. Everyone's been asking for it, so we're doing one of those, etc. Now, these are extra. This is part of the course. This is if you want to go through it down the road. They show you each method step by step by step. Short videos, as short as possible, just get into the meat. We give you everything you need, instructions, step-by-step videos. If there's scripts, you get the script. If there's letters or there are templates, you get those. If I use it, you get it. It's not, oh, Lisa held that back because she doesn't want to compete. No, you get everything, and that's just the way I work. These methods work, period. These are my methods. These are what I use year after year to get business. People buy from people they like and trust. Low cost offers have little resistance. You get in the door, easy. And then you upsell your higher priced, right? And then once it's in place, you put it on autopilot. That is how you become a $3 million agency, honestly. If it's as simple as saying how, it's this, right? That's what I'm hoping, you know, you want to come be a part of, and we do show you how to do that. So again, 12-week live program, free training, everyone's going to get that. The 60-minute session with me, agency traffic secrets, okay? What do you guys think? I'm going to pause for a minute. Is that enough for you? That put in the chat. Do you think that's enough? Okay, let me come here. I'm just going to go to the chat. Looks great. Yes, yes. My friend Carolyn, Patty, Carolyn's awesome, isn't she? Yeah, she's going through again. I love Carolyn. Will the offers and the replay still be active? We do have a couple that won't be. Sorry, let me get to it because I know a lot of people have to go. This is a long time. All right, let me just keep going. Okay, I had to practice what I preach, right? I have to make an irresistible offer to make this offer so no-brainer for you that you're going to say, dude, I'll come in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you an agency power pack. I don't care what you sell. You can get in the door with any customer, practically, if you can offer them what they want, right? So depending on which method you want to use that we give you, I'm going to give you one free agency power pack, okay? It's going to come with 10 vouchers where you can order 1,000 business cards for 15 bucks, okay? Now, Vistaprint doesn't sell custom-made business cards, 1,000 for 15 bucks. They'll sell their cheap templatized ones. This is custom business cards. And then we give you access to our designers for a nominal fee. The customer, normally would pay the fee, but if you want to, get customers, sometimes, you just make an amazing offer and make no money, right? You can try to make money, but I would, if it were me, I don't try to make money when I get in the door because I know the values in the other service I sell. We're also going to give you vouchers for 500 postcards for 35 bucks. Those retail for like 140 something bucks, okay? We're going to give you 5 vouchers to get logos done for 150 bucks. Again, everything's done for you. You don't have to do anything. That's because most people don't know how to do this stuff, but these things get in the door. So we provide the service only for our students. If you're not a student, you cannot, I don't white label for anyone that's not in my course. And so same thing, you need a website personally, use the voucher for that. If you don't, we give you a $3,000 website that you can sell or use for 1,500 bucks. Sell it for 3,000 bucks, You pay us $1,500, we build it, you made $1,500, you did nothing, okay? Yeah, I know you can buy website designers cheaper, I know you can do stuff, but again, I'm not trying to be a white label. I'm trying to give you a resource that you can use until you get on your feet or until you can, do your business or do whatever. And then thereafter, I'll give you 5 more websites for $2,000 where you'll make $1,000 profit. Now your potential profit's $8,750, but I'm telling you, I would not make a profit if I could help it. Just get in the door, get some experience, make a portfolio. Totally up to you though. We don't judge, we won't tell you what to do. But you get it done for you. Our project manager does it, and your customer doesn't have to know we even exist. But I offer this because it helps you get in the door, okay? I get asked this all the time. What happens after I run out of vouchers? We still make packs available, just not quite as cheap. Because on these, on a cup like the business cards, I'm not even breaking even. Why? Because I'm selling you a program, so I'm making my money in the program. So I can't do it on a regular basis all the time, but I do want to make it so valuable for you guys that you guys can use it, okay? So I don't know if that looks good to you, but that's amazing stuff. And I'll get to questions here in a second because I know some people need to go. Remember, you don't have to hire anyone. Get in the door agency power packs. We do them for you. Whether you get these or you buy them in the future, that's the whole point. If you're in this program, we can do all of those things for you. We do all the work. You get to be the hero, and you can make a little bit of profit too. But more importantly, you get in the door to sell whatever your main service is, right? So you get all that 12-week program, 60-minute session with me, our traffic secrets, the power pack, and you get that I don't know why it's missing, but you get that 3-week free. Now, if you're saying to me right now, I don't have time, you have time. Promise you have time. I'm going to show you how to get time. I'm going to ask you this. You don't have time to find customers who are 10, 20, 100 grand? It's an excuse. You have time. I will show you. If you don't think you have time, I'll show you how to make time. That's actually one of the trainings we do, how to get time. Listen, it's 3 o'clock. I haven't picked up an email, phone, anything, and my business is running smoothly, making me money. You have to, this is what we teach you, how to do it like that. Okay, Colin told me he had 0 time. This is a great example. That was one of the first things Colin told me. Man, I don't have time to go through your, beta program. I'm like, Colin, you got time. Let me show you. We did a strategy session. We did the free strategy session. He made the decision that day to become the CXO. So we set a goal. He was going to make 10K in extra revenue in 60 days. As you see, he made 20K and he did it in 45 days. He set a goal that day to make 5K of recurring revenue, extra revenue, more than what he's making now in 60 days. He was up to 7K at 45 days. And I haven't checked in with him, but I'm sure he's made more. But his number one goal was to offload work to find an extra 2 hours a week that he could spend working on his business or with his kids. He found in the first 60 days, 4 hours a week. That's an additional $104,000 a year if Colin does, the work, right? If he keeps that client, it's $104,000 a year by just doing the one little simple thing I asked him to do, right? And that's what's key. You have time, you just don't know how to find it. I'm gonna help you find it. You don't have money, that's okay. I'm gonna show you how to make money and then put your money, in your pocket and how to reinvest it. That's what we show you how to do. It's important. If you don't have an agency yet, awesome. That means you haven't made the mistakes I'm gonna make. If you're coachable, if you'll follow direction, if you're gonna take action, that's the key. If you're not gonna take action, don't do this, right? I don't want people, who aren't gonna do, if you do it and do what we show you how to do, it's gonna work. That's the key. And I'm gonna show you in a minute, we give you a very simple reason why, you have no risk. Okay, if I only sell one service, don't worry about that. We help you create other services. We help you look at your business and try to figure out what else you could sell, or we help you find partners to sell stuff that is complementary that you can make a little money on that adds revenue to your business, right? My get in the door products, most people pay to market. I get paid over $100,000 a year on my giveaways. I mean, that's literally what I make when I just give something, at a reduced price. I make over 100K just on my get in the door products. I mean, I take getting paid to prospect over paying. If you have no money, don't worry about it. All you need is the internet and a computer. You have that because you're here. You have to be willing to act. You have to be willing to believe in yourself. The only investment you have to make is in the program, right? Remember, guys, I used time, like I watched American Idol at night doing postcards. I didn't have any money, or let me rephrase, I wasn't willing to invest money in my company back then, right? I should have just hired that out. What was I thinking? But say you don't want to invest money. I can show you how to make money so then you have the money to invest. So that's the key here, guys. Will it work for my service? Yes. It'll work for every service, every niche, every product. I don't care what you do. These methods are universal to business. You could set me up in a landscaping business. I would work the same thing and win. You could set me up in a hair cutting salon and I would work this system and I would win. So my system, I now know, and again, it's not mine. I mean, it's just what I've learned. It works. So, okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys, and I am closing up. I know we've gotten really long and I apologize. I'm gonna ask you guys right now one question, okay? If all this program did, okay, was finally solve just the lead gen problems you have, just that. If you have lead gen problems, if that's all this did, would it be worth it? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. If all this did was help you get the work done, meaning you stop doing the work, if that's all it did, and that's the only thing you cared to solve, would it be worth it? Sure it would, right? That's worth, I mean, it's priceless. These things are priceless. If all it did was provide you the roadmap to X your business, to build your business, to scale your business, to find more time, and 10x the lifetime value of every single customer, would it be worth it? Yeah. What are these three things I'm talking about? The 3 secrets. Even if just one of these things helped you, I mean, it's going to be a big deal. That's how I learned it. One at a time is how I solve my problems. So don't think you have to go through this program and solve every single one. Remember, you get to go back through it again and again. Solve one, then come back and do another one. It's better than fumbling and trying to figure out, everything out on your own. Now, guys, I had 2 choices when I created my program, and I did weigh these, and I went down this path not lightly, okay? I had 2 choices. Number 1, I could make a course and sell it to the masses, make a bunch of self-paced videos, little no interaction, no incentive for me to stack value and really do all the things I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to give you free sessions and all the stuff I'm giving you, right? So I could do that. Or I could require just a little bit higher investment and build a high-end program, one that's going to work, delivers on the promise, X's your business, okay? Allows me to add everything I need to add to guarantee your success. And I don't take the word guarantee lightly, okay? So I obviously chose the second, and you're going to see that in a minute. So I'm going to ask you right now, what's it worth to you, right? Throw it in the chat, seriously. I always love doing this. Like, what is this program worth to you? What would you pay for this program? Throw it in there. If this program solved one problem, man, it took me 8 years to solve these 3. 8 years. If it just solved one problem, is it worth $10,000 a month? $50,000 a month? Is it worth more? How much would you pay to scale your business? Right? I'm not going to promise you're going to be a $3 million business. I can't. But I can tell you it will change your life. So throw it in the chat, right? Throw it in the chat. I always love looking at that. All right, let me remind you, 12 weeks, really immersive, really cool program. A free Power into 2021 live training. Y'all are going to get that anyway. Free 16-minute strategy session with Lisa. And by the way, we usually don't just give this away. That's why it was a gift from the ladies that they talked me into. You're going to get my agency traffic secrets, and you're going to get a free agency power pack. You could sell that alone. If you just sold that, right? If you just sold that and sold those services, you would make $8,750, right? So that brings our value to $14,750. No, you're not going to pay that for the program. You know that. Okay, but that's the value. And I don't take this lightly. I mean, for me, I don't like to embellish or lie or, that's not me, right? I'm pretty transparent. So you guys can see it's a good deal, even if you had to pay $14,750, which you're not. Now, the general public is going to eventually pay $39.97 for this program. Remember, this is a brand new program, and the last one I sold for 2 years. It was missing something. We redid this one. I am committed to do this now for the next 5 years. That is my personal commitment. We're going to do this for the next 5 years and have a community for everyone. So I'm not going away after you finish your program, but we will eventually sell it for $39.97. Our official launch is $19.97. If you go to the website right now and you try to buy Agency Fast Track, it is $1,997. That is the price. But I promised you, and I owe a great gratitude and debt to Alicia and Lorette. I do. They've been amazing to me. So we're going to give you the program today. One payment, not recurring payments. One payment, $997. We're not going to ask you to buy any software. There's no upsells. When you click the button, you're not going to go to another screen that asks you to buy more. One payment, $997. One payment. Okay, so for those of you guys in a hurry, go to www.agencyfasttrack.com/boss. Boss Lifestyle for the ladies, right? BOSS. That is where you're going to go. $997. If you guys have a little more time, give it to me because I have a couple more things and then I'll answer every single question. I don't care if it's related to the program or not. I will hook you guys up, okay? So go out there and grab that. All right. And then let me.
Hey there, Lisa.
Yeah, so I got a couple more slides, Lorette.
All right.
Do we still have a little time?
We do. As you're going through those slides, we did put the link for the program into the chat box. You guys can go ahead and snatch that up. What an amazing vote. What an amazing package. But Lisa, keep going.
Yeah. And the chat is going so fast, I can't keep up. I tried. I did try. But hey, guys, look, I was in this position to make this for you guys, right? I had choices, but now you guys have two choices, okay? And I'm being really sincere here when I say this, right? I had something fall in my lap by, what I consider my angels who came in and gave me a kick in the boot 3 different times to ramp up my business. So you have two choices. First option, do nothing. Do nothing. Continue struggling, continue trying to figure this out, blame everything, everyone, and just not build revenue. Stay in your job, keep working crazy hours, whatever it is, keep struggling. You can do that. Okay. I did it for 8 years. I had many people who probably could have helped me and I just didn't take that step forward, right? I couldn't get past my false beliefs. I promise you I'm going to help you with that. So your second choice is to take action today, because in 12 short weeks, and believe me, it flies by and I love the sessions. We have so much fun. You can be on the fast track to success, okay? With a lot less baggage, guys. I love the truck analogy with the baggage. You join a family. We're a family now. Agency Fast Track is a family, a movement, people you can draw from. From this day forward, honestly, it'll change your life. I always wanted something like this and it didn't exist, so I created it. And that's what I want, a family of like-minded individuals looking to get success and stop listening to, the big guys telling us we can't. But I don't expect you to take a chance on me because you don't know me. So I'm going to give you a money back guarantee. And I'll be quite frank. I believe that if you come through the 30 days, you're not going to want your money back. Okay. We start on the 26th. So that's next week or the week after. And I guarantee you're not going to want your money back. But hey, if you do, no questions asked. I'll refund your money. And I mean, no questions asked. The most question I might ask you, nobody's asked me yet for their money back, but if they did, I might say, can you tell me the reason, just so I know if I'm missing something in my program? But I'm not going to try to talk you into it. You don't have to, you have to go through this. You have to. No, it's just, if this isn't right for you, if this isn't what you want, money back guarantee. And I do that because I want you to get started, because I want to change lives, and we're already doing that. And the only way I can get a lot of people to take that leap is to make sure it's no gamble. This is your no risk. This is your no risk, okay? And I mean that. I mean, if you're ready to believe in yourself, like a lot of you guys said, is it worth gambling like literally a few hours of your time to check this out? Go through it. You have a no risk guarantee here. Go through it. Let's try to help you. And I promise you, the first couple weeks, you'll know if this is right for you. I promise you. Okay, so what you're going to get the 12-week live Agency Fast Track X Success program valued at $4,000. You're going to get the free 60-minute strategy session with me. Trust me, that is worth it. I say 60-minute. It's not like I'm punching a clock. Many of them have gone way longer than that. You're going to get the free agency traffic secrets for life. As we add more, you get that. That alone is definitely worth the price of admission. The agency power pack is 8 times worth the price of admission, and you're going to get the Power into 2021 live training. Everyone here gets that absolutely free anyway. Okay, but I have one last thing, Lorette, because I know you guys, and I know you have people who take action.
Yes.
If success is all about doing and being. So today, what we're doing is we're saying, for those people who go in right now, like on this webinar, remember you got the guarantee. So if you'll go in on this webinar, we're going to 2x our offer. Now, if you're watching the replay, if you get off this and don't do it, sorry. This is a fast action bonus. Why do we do fast action bonuses? And a lot of people do, because those who go in succeed faster and at a higher level. So if you go all in, you're practically, halfway there, right? People who say, yeah, I'm going to do this. This is my time. Those are the people that really succeed faster, right? So that's why we're doing it. So what we're going to do is for the first 25 people, Lorette, you get to keep count. We're going to double your vouchers, meaning 20 $15 postcard offers, 10 $35, $15 business card offers, 10 $35 500 postcard offers, 10 vouchers for logos, 2 websites at $1,500, 10 websites at $2,000. If you sell all this, remember, you don't have to lift a finger and do any work. We do all the work. Our project manager handles it. Your customers love, they think we work for you. They love it. And you get to make $17,500. If that's not an amazing offer, Lorette, I don't know what is.
It's amazing.
Why do we do this? Yeah, we do this because without these things, if you don't have something to get in the door with, now you do, right? Everyone needs business cards, right? And we teach a method. One of the methods you're going to learn is literally how to target these new businesses that they need business cards. It's the first thing they want, and here you are in their door, right? So whatever you sell, well, of course they're going to use you when they need that thing. So first 25 people, again, you're going to go to agencyfasttrack.com/boss. On that page, there is a link that you have to click. There's also testimonials and videos. If you're that person, you want to see what other people said, what Carolyn said, et cetera, it's all out there for you.
Is it possible for you to pull up the page?
But there's
on
2
your
links
screen?
out. It is. Yeah, here, let me.
So let's just walk them through the page where they can, where they click and
Yeah,
and
so you
some
go
people
to
are asking for a payment plan, and I know I saw that on there as well.
We do have a payment plan. I just hadn't gotten to that slide yet, but agencyfasttrack.com/boss. Okay. Now, if you want the one pay, there's probably 10 buttons on this page for the one play. The one pay, there's only 1 button for the 3 pay. I'll show it to you. Okay. So if you just want to pay once, notice you have to use the coupon code BOSS. So you're going to click this link. It is going to open up in this window. This is the actual price of the course live right now. We have people signing up for this, but because you guys are, and by the way, I'm on the Learning Tube a lot too, and I actually buy stuff from there too. So I'm one of you guys. You're going to click BOSS, like type BOSS and click it, and there's your $1,000 off right there. Then you're simply going to put your email address in. If you decide to do a credit card, I think there's a couple, like, let's see, you put your credit card number in there. If for some reason it won't let you get back to PayPal, you're just going to refresh. But we accept any credit card, and then we do PayPal. So 2 ways to pay. If we go back to this page, Lorette, yes, and there's some, there's Terry's story and Colin's story, and you're also going to see here's when the course starts, tells you when we're starting, but guess what? You got plenty to go through before that. Lots of feedback here if you need to read. Some people like to see all this. But if you scroll all the way down here, if you guys know any of these guys, Jason and Ann, lots of success stories. These are people who have gone through. But there's a black section here that says need to make payments. We will let you make payments. Now I'm going to switch back over, if you don't mind, Lorette.
Yeah.
If I can get my little thing to pop up, there it goes. Well, we have to go over this slide, Lorette, because I can't not, because it's so cute. This is if you don't go all in. This is when you do go all in. I don't know if that's a positive for some people.
Love it.
Let me get to, all right. So if you need to make payments, okay, you can make 3 payments of $397. Yes, I know it's a little more. The reason we do that is because, again, when you don't commit up front, you're less likely to commit all the way, and we want you to commit, so we make it a little more expensive. But honestly, it's still worth it, okay? So 3 payments of $397 or 1 payment of $997, okay? Now, I'm gonna get to this real quick, and then we'll answer all questions. I made a promise to everyone, okay? You have to go through this link to get this because Lorette and Alicia got this for you at no charge. You guys get the free 3-week workshop, Power into 2021. 2 weeks are recorded because we already did them, but you get next week's live before you start your course. You're just gonna go to agencyfasttrack.com/2021boss. 2021 boss. That's not by accident we wrote it that way either, because that's what you're gonna be. So Lorette, if you'd put that in the chat too, and I'll leave that on the screen just for another minute. And then I'll go back and try to answer as many questions as possible.
Yeah, so there are a few questions on here. John, just wanted to make sure you were good to go with the pay plan. You saw that, you found it, you're in. Good, John. Kerala, if I'm saying it right, you are in. John is in. Awesome. Stan says it's a no-brainer. So Lisa, just quick question. Java, I believe you are not in the US. So she wants to know, does it work in the US and what are the times of the training sessions?
Does it work outside the US?
Yes.
Yeah. So far we've had people in our program from the UK, Australia, Brazil, India, the Philippines. I know I'm missing some, but yes, Germany, Poland, all over the world, right? The methodology is the same. It doesn't matter where you live and what you do. The techniques can be different. So what I mean by that is, like, for instance, on these power packs, okay? So if I go back and talk about the power packs, I can't print and ship outside of the US, okay? I will give you credit for something different, but I can't actually fulfill like the business cards for you. But what I will do is we work with our overseas people to find them the same type of things in their country, right? So in the UK, for example, somebody wanted to use that, so we found them a print broker that could sell at a reduced rate so they could still work that particular method. So we do work with you, but there are a few little things in some of those coupons we can't do. It's all the print stuff. Because now, do the methods, do the techniques work everywhere? Sure. There's things you have to consider. First of all, if you're, like, for example, if you're in India and you're trying to sell to the US, right? That's going to be a little different than being in the US and trying to sell into the US. It's not that we can't do it, and we're going to talk about it. It's just different. So I encourage everyone who comes through the program, don't be the wallflower that watches, right? We're on Zoom calls. You get to turn your mic on, ask questions. You get to type questions in the chat if you're too shy to get your mic on. Ask, because that's what I'm there for. I mean, I think one of our sessions went almost 3 hours. Some people had to jet, but literally it went almost 3 hours because someone asked something and I had to go try to figure it out. If I can't figure it out on our call, I leave the call and I go try to figure it out for you. On your one-on-one session, we talk about you specific, and yes, we try to figure it out. Remember, I'm in this to help everyone succeed, right? Lorette knows me a little bit. She knows who I am. I'm not in this for the money. You guys know I have plenty of that, right? So it's not about that. This has now become, I mean, I hate to say it, it sounds corny, but it's my legacy. I now want to help other people because I struggled so much and it wasn't my fault, and it kind of pisses me off. Like, I was trained to be the way I was, and once I figured out, all this, I'm like, this is not rocket science. We got to help other people. People who are miserable in their jobs or not making it, or even in third world countries where they need to learn how to make money. I want to help people, and that's my goal. So I will do what I can. I know it sounds kind of cheesy to say that, Lorette, but that's who I am. So.
All right. And then, of course, if you can't make it, if it's a weird time for you, because you're in a different time zone, everything's always recorded. Replays are available, so that's never an issue. So if you are not on at that time that she's doing the calls, that is okay.
Yeah, and that's a good question, or a good point, Lorette. We schedule 2 calls a week, and they are scheduled at 2 very different times to try to get the widest ability to get the widest audience, right? And so one of our calls is on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central Time. The next call is on Thursdays at 8 a.m. Central Time. I don't love getting up early, but I know that people in different countries, you don't want to get up at 3 in the morning, but you want to be live. So we've set it up. We used a world calendar to try to map it out. And everybody could at least get up at a decent hour, meaning 6 a.m. or better. Yes, there's a couple of time zones where you might have to get up at 6 a.m. to be on the call. But we did it in a way where nobody can't get in at least one where it's not 3 in the morning, right? So we did that on purpose. There are 2 live calls, and we cover every time zone between 6 a.m. and like, I think 10 p.m. It'll be somewhere in that time for you. I mean, it might not be optimal, but it is. And yes, we record every single session.
All right, great. And then a question from Don. He says, the vouchers, are we paying for $15 for a set of cards, or are the vouchers no cost? Is it our cost? I think he's just confused on the cost of that.
Yeah, and that's a really great question. So I definitely wanna, let me go back and find that slide. Oh, I have to say that, and then there we go. So you pay, yes, you pay $15, okay? And you get, for your client, not only 1,000 business cards, printed, but we handle it, okay? And notice it says, but they have to pay for design. We make the design no brainer. We make it dirt cheap, okay? We give you, we don't say that here, but we give you design, for example, for $25, okay? Now, Vistaprint charges people $75 to $125 for design. They have to pay tax if appropriate, and they have to pay shipping. So the raw deal is, yes, you get it for $15. You have to pay the $15. You have to pay the $35. You have to pay the $150. But you're either going to use it at cost. So whatever you charge the customer, maybe you don't make $1, but they pay. Remember, they're going to pay for this. Okay, so the customer's paying for this. You're not offering them free business cards. You might offer them 1,000 business cards for $47.95, including design. Well, your cost is going to be $25 plus 15, so you'll make $7.95 in that, and then you tell them plus tax and ship. We teach you how to do all this, by the way, right? So these are designed. You don't have to use these, by the way. These are here for you to use. But yes, you do have to pay for them. And we have an easy system. We actually have an online print agency only company that our students get to go in and do everything easily. And it's really impressive. So you'll get that. I hope that answered the question. I see another one, Lorette. Somebody asked, does this work with network marketing? Network marketing is different. Yes, it'll work with it. We don't have anything specific to network marketing in our program, but it's like anything else, right? You have to get in front of the people you're trying to get into your network. So we have to find attractive, easy ways to get them into your network. So it depends on what you're selling in network marketing. Are you selling weight loss products? Are you selling, phone service? I don't know what you're selling, but the principles are the same. You have to get in the door, provide value, and then show them what's in it for them to continue forward, right? And then try to keep them, around. So I think you'll learn some stuff, but it's definitely not specifically made for network marketing. So I'll just say that.
All right, and so we've got more people. Brenda is in. Welcome, Brenda. Annie, welcome. I think, Annie, you're in the UK, I believe, or you're not in the US, right? So she says she's in as well. Great. So welcome, welcome. So it looks like you got a good group here, Lisa. So excited about that. So
yeah, and I'm seeing more questions, if you don't mind. I'm going to try to answer everyone because I'm that girl. Yeah. So please bear with me. Could you repeat the times for Central Time? It's on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Central. On Thursdays, it's 8 a.m. Central. And when you get in, there's a welcome section. It'll show all that. We even show time zones, around the world. So you kind of get a feel for it, because believe it or not, some of those sessions are on our day, like the day before, right? Because if you're in Australia, you're ahead of me. So, you want to make sure you get those times right. Another question was, do you help people who do not have any money to their name? I would love to get some help to change my situation. Hey, Maxine, I'll be quite frank. Yes, we have ways to get in the door to where if you don't have $1, if you have time, the internet, and the desire to do it, you can be whatever you want in life. I know that sounds cheesy to say that, but you can. You have to believe you can, and then you have to do what you're asked to do, even when it gets hard. Meaning, I don't like to make cold calls. Well, if you don't have any money, you can't buy stamps, you can't do this. Maybe cold calling is what you have to do. Yeah, it's not sexy. By the way, I committed to do it. Wait till you guys watch the replay from the 2021 workshop. I committed to start doing cold calls again, and I hate it. But because of a method we show you, I made a commitment to everyone that I'm going to do cold calling. I don't love it, but when I want to get something going, that's what I got to do. So yes, if you don't have any money, we do help. But make no mistake, you are responsible for your future. And if you think you can do it and you feel you can do it, you can do it. I'm just there to be your guide. So something I like to say to people, and you'll hear me say it in the training, I am not your savior. I can't save you. I can't do it for you. All I can do is lead you and help you and be compassionate and be a friend. And that's what I am, right? You guys all get my personal Skype ID. You guys can hit me up on Skype all the time. I'm very interactive with my folks. So I care about your success. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. I can't go any more in than that. I don't think, Lorette. I mean, that's all in. So yeah, Maxine, I would definitely work my butt off to try to help you, make money.
Good.
So
can you go to the slide that shows everything that they get?
Yep. You say that, but.
All right.
Boop. Yeah, so 12 weeks, $4,000 program, and it literally is going to sell for that by the end of the year. Power into 2021. You guys all got the link to that. Free 60-minute session with me. And Lorette, I don't like saying this in the sales webinar, but I will, because it's you guys. You end up getting 2 of these, but I make it a bonus and a surprise. So act surprised when all the other students don't know they're getting this.
Okay.
I'm not playing. They get 2 sessions, because there's a reason why you need the second one. I feel like we need to get you started, and we need to, next step. But I don't tell that to people up front. That's not why I want you to join. I want you to join because you really want to make a change in your, your situation, your life. If you're ready to do that, there's no looking back. It's going to be amazing. We give them the power pack, plus then if they're the first 25, and it looks like we have a lot of people. So I don't know how you guys handle replays. I usually don't let them get the fast action bonus on the replay, but that's up to you guys. Once we reach 25, it's 25.
Yep, so that is that number, 25. So if you look at that screen, that is everything that you get. I mean, 12 weeks of training with Lisa, that alone. And then, I mean, all the extra bonuses, a 60-minute strategy session with Lisa. I mean, this is an unbelievable offer, then everything else that comes with it as well. So in the chat box, you'll see that we have the link. So the link is there in the chat box. Once you go there, you do have the option to pay in full. Of course, if you pay in full, you save more, right? Because you're paying in full. But if you need, there is a 3-pay. You just scroll down to the bottom and you'll see that there is a 3-pay option. Make sure you're using the coupon codes when you're doing it.
Show that again?
Yes. Make sure that you use the coupon codes so you can see there's the payment plan 1, and that's the coupon code for that. And that's at the bottom of the page. Yep.
And then if you're up here, almost everywhere, it tells you have to use the discount, because again, this program has already gone up to $19.97. So you have to put in BOSS if you want to do a 1-pay, or BOSS 3, the number 3 for the 3-play. And just to reiterate, because somebody did ask, can you use the print coupons in Israel? You cannot, but I will give you the equivalent value off something else. I'll work with you in some other way. I don't want to, not help you, but at the end of the day, we can't ship outside of the United States. So, you know, I can't ship outside of the United States.
Yes. All right. So, and then when does it start? What's the date?
It starts January 26th. So 2
Okay.
weeks from, you know, this past Tuesday. Next week's going to be the free Power into 2021 workshop. So you'll get started there. Next week, we're actually doing a method we call direct to you, where we talk about business directories and how to get customers using websites and directories. This week, which you guys kind of already missed, but you can watch the replay, we actually worked on methods showing you how to get in the door using a method we call talk your way in the door, and how to do interviews and things like that. The previous week, we did a method which was print your way in the door, no matter where you are, finding a print broker and how to use printing to get in the door. You're gonna get way more than that, you know, in the course. Now, in the 12 weeks, Loretta, I do recommend people focus on learning and not rushing ahead and doing all the get in the door stuff, if you can help it.
Yeah. And so, and Angela, I just put the link in the chat box again and just sent that to you. So there it is, agencyfasttrack.com/boss. This is an excellent opportunity, and I want to thank you, Lisa, and I want to thank everybody for staying with us and making sure that you absorbed all of this wonderful information. And thank you, Lisa, for being so giving with your knowledge.
You are welcome.
Looks like we have a few more people that are joining, so welcome once again. All right, everybody, any last minute questions? Any last minute questions? If not, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. As you know, this is recorded, so if you do need to see it again, we will be sending out the replay, but keep in mind that this starts on the 26th, so you do have to get in before then. So you have to get in before the 26th because that's when it all starts. And you know, my whole thing here is that when you join these programs, when you want to be successful in something, the key is to have a mentor. Work with somebody that's been there. Work with somebody that's gone through the trenches, knows what works, what doesn't work, and take advantage of that. You know, Lisa's been there. Lisa's done that. She knows what it takes. She has the team that's going to help you get there. Why would you not do that? Why struggle and do it by yourself? Have a mentor, and Lisa's great for that. Okay. Oh, Brenda says, you should sign up before the 26th, because the 26th is when the training actually starts. So it's a 12-week live training, and the day that it starts is on the 26th. So if you're on the fence, or if you're not sure.
Yeah, and I think what Brenda was asking is what should we do before if we're in?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that's what she was asking, but just so you guys know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to show them. But when you get in the back end and you see your course, you're gonna get in and you're gonna see Agency Fast Track in your library, just to show you this is not, a cheap training. There's plenty of good stuff. I would say before the 26th, get in here, and this is your welcome. So get in here and do your welcome section. Start, watching the videos. You do have, it's not pre-work, but it's definitely something you can do before. And then week 1 on the 26th, we'll be starting week 1. So do go in there and get in there and dig around. Week 1 won't be open for you. It doesn't open until literally 1 week before the training, okay? But we do start with an intro. So there's some stuff you can do, and I don't know if that's what she was asking, Lorette, but there's a couple things you can do. And then the same with, if you guys, for the Power into 2021, if you get in that program, same idea. It's on the second screen. Same idea that you can come in here and you'll immediately start getting into replays and things like that. So you go to your library to find what it is you're looking for.
Okay, thank you. All right, everybody, thanks again for joining us on this session of the Learning Tube. Thanks again, Lisa. And we are excited for those of you that signed up. All right, take care, everybody.
Thank you, Lorette.
Enjoy your day. Thanks again, Lisa.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing everyone.